Hello. Hello, hello. You're at your cousin's house for a bit, but yeah, all good, JP. All good. Hold on. There's lint on this bra. LOL. Okay, that is better. Hi, JP. How are you doing? What is up? How's it going? How's your cousin's house? Are you guys doing a party? I would bet my entire net worth, which is not a lot, that there's karaoke going on right now, right? Hi, Michael. Hi, Golf. How are you doing? How's everyone doing? Sorry, my voice is a little rough right now, but you know, I'm good. How are you? I'm kind of sick. Brandon is sick, so I think he just got me sick because you know when one roomie gets sick, everyone gets a little sick, but it's okay. It's nothing crazy. I just felt like a little nauseous and weak. Hi, Poppy. Hi, Calvin. Hi, Ome. Yeah, I did have a bad day because I'm ill. So I mean, I did all my cleaning, and all my in-house chores and some other like logistical, like adulting things I need to do. But I really did want to go to the gym and I wasn't able to gym because I just felt like shit. So that did make me very sad. Hi, Lolo. Hi, Divine. I turned my survey professor. Good job, student. Model student. Oh, you're just seeing them before they leave. I see. Hee hee. Please take care of yourself. Dude, I try, but like, you know, I'm just one bitch. Like, wasn't meant to be able to, you know, handle the pressures of existing and adulting, but it's okay. How's the background music? Is it nice and barely audible? Nice and lightly audible. I should just make the time 8:30 because I push it back half an hour like every single time. Because to me, like 9 feels a little late. Like I used to make the time of stream start 9 EST because that's when I was at my corporate job. So I just needed time to like, you know, collect myself. But now that I'm not, I think 8:30 is good. Aw, thank you for the prime. Yay, month 2. Thank you. First sub of the day. But yeah, I missed you guys. I felt like I haven't streamed in a really long time, even though I only took 2 days off. But I think since the stream of the No Kings protest was very like, you know, like I wasn't talking to you guys as much directly, it felt like it's been longer. Also, why are my bangs separating? I hate my hair. It's actually so shit all the time. It's so annoying. Holy shit. Music is perfect. Thank you. Thanks, Dylan. Hi, Ruby. Hi, Noob. How to turn the volume to max? Turn on the background music. Good. That's how it should be. Oh, thank you, Tex. Oh, yeah, 1.5 years. Thank you.
Lychee, Kawaii, Zuko.
Okay, cool. 2 out of 10. Okay, very nice. Oh, shit. Hype train. Okay, that makes sense. Level 2. Reminder, guys, that we are still crowdfunding for my new, my new camera lens. So I can have, you guys can see me in 4K. No more webcam, nothing like that. Still trying to think of like what I should do as like the reward if we hit it. We shall see. What ruined your day? Illness. But yes, donate there. It's a bit goal because I know you guys are hardcore bit truthers over donation truthers. I don't specifically know why. Also, let me move this over here. Oh, thanks, Tex. Okay, there we go. Look, she finally has a spotlight. I took this bitch out a couple days ago, which was worrisome because I hear about bitches getting robbed for their Labubu, but it was fine. Your Brandon and Jesse picture is peak. Oh my god, that whore always wants to take so many photos. We're so kawaii. Take photos, Serena. I'm like, okay, God, why do I always have to do it? Nothing like, you know, getting bullied by a millennial. You know what I mean? They labeefing over Labubus. It's not labeefing over Labubus. It's that like Labubus are so they're so popular that like people be fucking stealing them from people. So I'm not trying to be, you know, a victim of Labubu theft, especially because Selena gave me this Labubu. So it's very dear and special in my heart and everything. But how are you guys doing? Today I was going to yap as always, but I'm trying to do a bit more organized, like segment style. And then maybe some geo stuff after. It really just depends. Honestly, I would say it's, I don't give a fuck about being tired. I'm tired my entire life. It, more than anything, is just that, like, depends on my voice. Like, if my voice is still okay, a while in, keep going. If the voice is not okay and it starts to hurt my throat, then we should see. Should get your Labubu's a cute fit. I know, I do. I want to get my Labubu like a little cute, like little goth girl dress. Like just like a little black dress, like which is like, what I usually wear. That's like 95% of all my outfits. I'm wearing white today. I'm breaking the mold. Just something like a little kawaii. But I don't know where to get Labubu clothes. Also, I mean, like I would definitely take it as a gift, but it does seem like definitely like an unneeded expense at the moment. Hee hee. But yes, hype train, anybody, bits, sub goals. Once again, I still do not know how to, induce a hype train. I feel like other people are so good at. I'm just like, hee hee, please, I'm dying. I'm starving. Ha ha ha. And then literally everyone chat is like, be nicer to us. Stop being so mean to us. I'm like, well, I don't know if I can do that. No, I'm kidding. But yes, how's it going, everybody? The protest, I wanted to look over a little bit of it. We had so many crazy fucking NPC interactions when I streamed the New York City No Kings protest. Like, dude, some of those kick people we met were so crazy. But then I'm also like a little afraid of like saying anything negative about people on Kick at all, because I'm afraid they'll like show up in your mirror. Better when she's mean. Exactly. A man of taste. Say one nice thing about us. You know what, Scott? I don't need to say a nice thing about you guys. Would I be here day in and day out if I didn't have some affinity for you people? Think about that. Think about it like that. Think about it logically. Hi, Blue Sky Lotus. How are you doing? They were something. Do you want to go out? Hold on. The fat one wants to go out. I know that. You want to go out there, fat nugget? Okay, Mommy will leave the door cracked for you. 100% knowing that one, he's going to ask to come back in 30 seconds and everything. How is your day going? I'm a bit under the weather, so not the best, but it's okay. I'm happy to be here and everything. Unless you have a secret BF like other Twitch streamers do, this is why you're also single, then never mind. Not all of them have secret boyfriends. Some of them I think most streamers date, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're in like a relationship, if that makes sense. Like some of them, I see it all across the board. Like some of them are in like super serious long-term relationships. Other ones are just like dating around or fucking around, all that. I mean, it's just like regular adult shit, Some of them are like kind of somewhere in the middle of that. The thing I find like super funny about that is when there's like incredibly delulu viewers who are like, my streamer has never dated. My streamer has never even looked a man in the eyes in real life. My internet waifu would never do that. And I'm like, yeah, all these yappy ass, hot ass girls have never done. Yep, they've never even high-fived a man, bro. Totally. It's comical. Yeah. Yeah, detrimental to most women streamers, in my opinion. It really depends, I think. I mean, like, I have, my last serious boyfriend, I was, like, public about here. I don't know if it was detrimental. I mean, I was, like, still am, but I was, like, so small that I don't truly know how, like, detrimental that was or wasn't, honestly. But whatever. Can I be your internet waifu? Oh, my God, Lizzie. Of course you can be my internet waifu, mommy. I'm waiting for that kiss. Aw, thank you for the gifted sub, Scott. Thank you. But what I find interesting? I do understand that like some people think it's like detrimental to like publicly date as like a streamer or a female streamer or whatever. But it's like, I guess it's just because of like really strong parasociality. But for me, right, say that I have like a celebrity crush, or I think someone is like really hot from the internet, but like they're a total stranger to me, right? Like I don't know them. I have like no path to knowing them. I'm just like, if you're like a random name in their chat, or even less, like I'm just a watch, like how I feel about like fucking K-pop idols when I was a teenager, them having a partner like doesn't detract from anything for me. because I don't think I'm the type where I'm like, I'm sure I have a chance. You know, I'm just like, well, they're still hot and I still like looking at them. It don't matter if they got anyone at all. Right? True. What's the opposite of a yapper? I don't know, bro. Someone who shuts the fuck up. Lizzie's my favorite Twitch baker. She's an amazing baker, dude. Like, I open up Instagram. This girl's just like, oh yes, here's my freshly baked pumpkin pie with a rosemary berry compote, like some shit. I'm like, and it's like lit with under like a beautiful like sunset light or some shit. I'm just like, bro, these desserts are like pornographic. It's crazy. It's when people think they have a shot. Yeah. That's like I said, like when I was like a younger teenager, I was like super into K-pop, and the dude that I had a crush on, Kai from EXO, like he had like a few different public girlfriends, and I would always see like these girls, like these little internet girls, like tweet the fuck out. They'd be like, "How dare he have a girlfriend?" I was like, I don't care. He's still sexy, and I can still fucking look at him. Like, what difference does it make to me? I don't know this man. You know, I just like watching him dance around and be pretty. But you know, I'm a realistic woman, so. Hi, Pat. Hi, Native. Sprinkles powdered sugar on shit. Yeah, dude, sprinkling powdered sugar on stuff for bakers is like how when you cook, if you just garnish some shit with like green onions or like, you know, a little bit of parsley or something like that, or you just put like one leaf of microgreens on the top, it just makes it look so fucking fire. I'll gulp. Makes sense. You have a parasocial audience and it might be bad. I mean, I think everyone has a degree of parasociality, and I do think like my comparison I was making like from K-pop idols to like Twitch is not exactly the same, right? Because like there are people I know who have like met and dated through Twitch, though it's usually more common from like a creator to creator like standpoint and everything like that. Like there's less of a gap, and then I think also since we live speak to people so much, that does like make the relationship of course feel like more personal. But yeah, you know, I mean, case by case. Is drowning in glaze. I'm drowning in glaze. Girl, Scott, keep blazing her. Hi, Chris. How are you doing? What is up? Hi, Scope. How are you doing? But yeah, we'll just yap and chill, and maybe I'll bring up some more specific topics, guys, when more. I don't even think the Discord noti has gone out, so hee. Hi, Billy. How are you doing? Oh, tomorrow I have a very fun IRL stream for you guys. God fucking willing, the signal holds up in there. Inshallah, please. Anyways, so you guys know what Dave and Buster's is? Obviously, right? Right, so Dave and Buster's, and you guys know what D&B is? D&B is drum and bass, which is a subgenre of EDM and everything. So I didn't know this, but every year Dave and Buster's holds at various locations in like major cities, they hold like a rave with, you know, like actual, like not like random ones, but like actual like D&B DJs and everything in the Dave and Buster's. So you can rave while you play all the arcade games and everything. And yeah, but you get it right. D&B, Dave and Buster's. Aha ha ha. So I'm going to the New York one tomorrow. So I feel like I'm going to try and stream it. I feel like that will be very fun. It just like, that just sounds like a dream for me. Cause you guys know I'm such like a hedonistic person. And I always have just like this deep, deep need for stimulation. So I'm just like, oh my God, like everything there, like sounds, lights, games, drinks, like, and you just see like all the neurons in my brain like firing in every direction. Top tier marketing. I too like D&B. I'm not, I wouldn't say I'm a D&B fan. I'm not a D&B anti. What D&B shows have I been to? I've been to Chase and Status. I've been to Wilkinson, and then I've probably like wandered into some other ones without even knowing it's D&B because I still can't fully define that. I'm gonna be fucking for real. But yeah. Bye, Suki. Hi, boss. Hi, Mars. Top tier marketing. Yeah, so I think that would be a fun IRL stream. I can be a very feral running around. Hey girl, I'm a 6'3" white man, but I don't think that's special or useful. And you're right. It's not. Next. Okay. Are you really? LOL. I'm sorry you had a bad day. It's okay, man. It's just because I'm sick, but it'd be like that. No, this is, oh my God. On the reel that I posted today, people are so silly because the reel was pretty much someone in chat. We were talking about Hinge. And then someone in chat was saying, like, I don't think there's a point to using Hinge unless you're a 6'2" white man, which is such like a silly assumption. And then like someone in the comments is like, "Hey Lychee, I'm 5'4". What are the odds that you give me a chance?" And I'm just like, these comments are so funny and like sad. Like, should I reply, "There is no chance"? But it's not really because of his height. Like, what the fuck? You're just like a random person on the internet. But then I'm like, no. Even though it's like, it'll give everyone a laugh, it's mean to just reply, like, none. Like, you know, I always preach, like, I don't agree with random internet hatred. So let me, you know, practice what I preach and everything. It's the same way I feel about like the Bella Ramsey thing. Like, you guys know how everyone, Bella Ramsey from The Last of Us, everyone is like continuously just calling her ugly all the time. And I'm just like, I was literally talking about this with my friends yesterday. And I was like, why are people calling her ugly? Like, that's the type of thing you say. If you think she's ugly, you say she's ugly like to your homies in like the privacy of a conversation. But like, you don't post about it because then like she might see it and that's very hurtful. And it's also just unnecessary. It's like, what do you gain? Like, what do you get out of that? I don't know. It's just a bad vibe. Yeah. Coming off my meds, I'm playing. I've been crying a bunch the past couple days, but I'm trying. Aw, good for you. I believe in you. You can do it. It'll be over quicker than you know. Not like as in like the suffering. Will be over quicker than you. It's so sad. Like, she doesn't deserve that. Yeah, I'm like, damn. Like, God, I have like, I feel like I mean, it's human nature, right? We have like thoughts about people's appearances all the time, but it's just like, I would only ever like insult someone's attractiveness if they were like a bad person. Cause then like everything's fair game, whatever, right. But like, you know, like they're like an evil person, and then like, sure, who cares if you throw in like, you're fucking ugly. But like, if they're not, I don't see the point of being like so cruel for no reason. Internet is just internet. Yeah, but the internet be interneting too much sometimes. Like, you know, like that, she literally like deactivated her socials. I'm like, also like, dude, this girl's like what, like 19 years old? Like, that's crazy. Like, I bet a lot of the people bullying her are probably even older than her too, which is just like insanity. Hi, Ralph. She's absolutely fantastic in The Last of Us. Yeah, so I haven't seen the show because I am afraid of zombies. Like, I love horror, but like zombies is the one thing I've such a difficult time doing. I'm not really sure why. Maybe like I think my brother played like too many Resident Evil games when I was a really little kid, and I would just sit there for hours and watch them because I had nothing else to do. But yeah, no, that's what I heard. Like, everyone who told me, at least for season 1, they were like, "Oh, she's such a great actress." So I'm like, okay, cool. And then people are just being mean to be mean. Would you reply to the guy? I didn't reply with anything. I just left it as a comment. Live tonight, white from work. Aw, I'm packing for a festival. Oh, sweet. What festival are you going to? They ran Bella Ramsey off socials. Yes, indeed, they did run her off socials. The Last of Us 2 turned me into a hater for the whole franchise. Yeah, I did hear very mixed reviews on season 2. Whereas season 1 seemed like everyone loved the season 1 of The Last of Us. But then I would also say, like, I've read, like, the whole plot summary. And from what I know of the plot, like, once Joe is gone, even if, like, Bella Ramsey's performance was, like, outstanding, like, I feel like it would be very hard still. And I feel like people would still be quite critical of it. Because it just, you know, you killed one of the two main characters. Which I get is part of the original story. But, like, it's a hard thing to adjust to. You meant the game? I see. Electric Forest. Oh, cool. My roommate and some of my other friends went to Electric Forest last year. I'm going to Elements, which is in August, but it's kind of similar. It's also like a camping festival. Damn, Ghosted. It's not Ghosted, Scott. It's an Instagram comment. It's not like, you know. I dislike both Last of Us and Fallout shows. I never liked a single game to TV. I see. Yeah, it is. I would imagine that being kind of difficult to adapt. Discourse that happened when the game came out. I don't know what the game is. But yeah, you know, no one shit on that little girl when she was in Game of Thrones. I mean, granted, she was like a child then, so I hope not. How was your day? It was okay. I'm a bit sick. So it was a bit hard, but that's okay. Thank you, DeJearn. Lychee Al Gaib. Oh, look, he got the bit goal to a perfect 14,000 bits. Was the uneven number bothering you, King? Or was it just the dollar thing? But yeah, if you guys want, donate to the bit goal for a new lens for my DSLR so you can see me in 4K. Woohoo. Fingers crossed. She was great in Game of Thrones. She was. And her role was also like less central as well. So it didn't leave as much room for criticism. I split between this and Elements. I see. Vietnam IRL when I'm not poor. But I'll figure out the details more later. But I think in the next month I should be going to LA. I might go to Seattle for a couple days after. It really depends on a lot of different things. And then I'm going, obviously TwitchCon will happen. And then after that in October, I'm going to Paris. So good amount of varying IRL locations hooked up in the next couple months in this half of the year. All white today, yes, rare all white. I really like this dress. It's called a bubble dress. So you see like the bottom, it's like, it's like a bubble and everything. It looks cute. But then like the thing about it is very plain. So I'm just like, I need to figure out how to style it. And I'm only like, I'm so much better at styling black because I wear like all black and more like somewhat alt looking clothes all the time. So this is like, not in like my brain style zone. So I'm just going to Google how people do it and everything. Got money for Paris, not Vietnam. So Paris is a family vacation. So I'm not paying for it. So, Oh, thank you, Wando. Thank you for the sub. No, of course I would choose Vietnam over France any day, 10 times out of 10 times, dude. Going out later. No, I'm not going out later. You guys know I just always dress up for stream. You have a Labubu? I just learned what those are. Yes, my friend Selena gave me this Labubu. I still don't know what I want to name this Labubu, though. I like her because she's like an evil kawaii baddie. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So no Vietnam this year. I want to go to Vietnam at the end of the year. It just depends on my bag and how things are looking. But that's still quite a far time away. So we will see then. La Dudu, don't insult my girl like that. Don't insult her like that, okay? She is so cute. You saw the Mona Lisa? Mona Lisa. I mean, I haven't been to France yet, so not yet. I really don't care about seeing it, honestly. I really don't know what I'm going to do in France. My mom wants to go to the Louvre. And then, like, I think I'll just hang out with my family during the day. And then I'll go out and, like, stream the nightlife at night. And hopefully not get opt or something like that. Name him Butt Muncher. Dude, you just, like, reignited my trauma. Because I remember my brother loved saying that. I don't know if that's, like, a little boy thing when we were kids. And he would name everything, like, Butt Muncher. And I was just like, bruh, you're so annoying. They expensive as fuck. I guess so. This was a gift. So, I don't know. Through Air Canada. I see. I went to the Eiffel Tower. Yeah, I assume I'll do that too. Eat a croissant, fly back home. Dude, my mom always has croissants, like, in our house at home. Every day I'm like, I wake up, she's like, you want a croissant? Serena, do you want a croissant? I just got a fresh butter croissant. It's in the cabinet. And I'm just like, thank you. I know, you croissant peddling woman. My God. I'm very excited. Oh, nice. From Costco. No, we don't go to Costco. Just like Whole Foods or wherever. My mom just shops at organic stores and Asian stores for groceries mostly. She go to PSG game in France. I don't even know what that is. Last time I was in Paris, I joined a ride. That would be a crazy IRL stream, bro. That really would. French croissants are so good. Costco croissants hits hard. Yeah, we've never been like a bulk buying family when I grew up because my mom like wants like all organic and they don't have like all organic because she's like snooty about those type of things. And then two, it's like my immediate family is only 3 people. Growing up, just me, my mom, and my brother. So it's like we don't eat enough for like to warrant a membership like that. I mean, my mom and my brother, especially my brother, they're like the skinniest people on earth. They're like those type of people that are always trying to gain weight, always trying to eat more everything. So I'm like the fat person in my immediate family. believe it or not. So those skinny motherfuckers are not destroying no mega packs of Costco croissants. That's for sure. Though it'd probably be very beneficial to my brother if he did. Notre Dame Church. Move out of the area, but I feel like I'd miss my French bakery too much. Damn, you must love your French bakery so much. What is it with, you guys ever notice, what is it like Korean and Japanese places always having French themed bakeries? I'm like, why? Hi, Aster. I'm okay. A bit sick. That's wild. Yeah, well, like, I'm like a normal healthy weight, like a slim healthy weight. But yeah, my mom, my brother, some people are just built like that. Like, no matter what they do, like, no matter what they eat, like, they're just fighting to like be like not super skinny, especially my brother. So it's just like how some people, there are people too that like they eat healthy, they exercise, they try and maintain a caloric deficit, and then they're still like overweight or like a bit chubby. Like I think some people are just like predisposed to being a certain way a lot of the time, right? They like pastry and fans probably, but these are like super hardcore chain bakeries. Like, you guys know, like Tour Le Jour, Paris Baguette, all that. So it's like, it's not like the people working there really learn pastries. They're just like a minimum wage person, like peddling like a curry croissant or something. Hi, Brocon. It's hard to lose weight, but it's easy to gain. Not for everyone, dude. My brother, he like has been fighting to get to 140 pounds his whole life. I don't think he's ever been 140 pounds. And he's like 6'1" or 6'2". So I asked him how much he weighed when I went home to see my family like last week. He said like 134, which I think that's the heaviest he's ever weighed in his entire life. So I'm like, oh, wow. Interesting. Chinese bakeries are good too. Yes, I love like the sesame balls, all the curry buns, the pork floss buns. Yes. I was 140 pounds in second year. Yeah. 134, that's underweight. Crazy skinny. Does he count his calories? No, he just tries to eat as much as humanly possible. That's what I'm saying. Some people are just built like that. It's very difficult for some people to gain weight and everything. Do you like egg tarts? I love egg tarts. Portuguese egg tarts. Honestly, like when I went to Portugal, Portuguese egg tarts were like one of the only foods I liked there, to be for real. I had pretty good Indian food there. But yeah, I like Chinese egg tarts as well. That's a problem. It is. Yeah. People have that thing. One day his metabolism will get slower. I mean, he's already like in his mid-30s. So he just has like issues. Like there's just like some underlying health issue and everything. Is Slender Man? Yeah, I think he might be taller. I think he might be like 6'2" or some shit, honestly. I can't tell because he slouches. Like those people that just like walk around like all the time, like constantly throughout their life. Good. Indian food in Portugal. Indian food is everywhere. Well, I knew it'd be good Indian food because one, it was run by Indian people. It wasn't run by Portuguese people. And they had like a little kid with the punti, like the little Sikh ball on his head. I think that's so cute. Just like running around outside. And like, I don't know, they seemed really fob. So I was like, this shit is about to slap. And it did. But it's also because like Portuguese food, no hate to Portugal. I had a lot of fun there. Portuguese food was not to my taste, really, honestly. I don't really feel like it's great for like the Asian palate. So when I had Indian food, I was finally like, oh my God, something bursting with flavor again. I just was so, my mom and I were like, oh my God, thank God. Have you had Macau food? No, but I would assume it's some like Portuguese-Chinese combo food, right? Because the Portuguese colonized Macau. Abroad, because it's too spicy, I get stomach issues. I mean, can't you just ask them for like super, super low spice? I have a pretty tanky stomach when it comes to spice. Spice does not really fuck me up. So for me, I'm just like, whatever. In Europe, it should be fine. Yes, dude. No, that was one thing. It was not that spicy. Like, it was less spicy than like American Indian food. It's fucking good. Macau food. I would like to try that. Yes, yes. I mean, you don't hear much about it. What was Portuguese food like? Portuguese food is kind of like the Mediterranean diet. And I do like the Mediterranean diet, but I would say even less seasoning. So like one of their main staple meals is like a white fish. So say like tilapia, maybe like hake, something like that. It's just cooked with salt, pepper, and olive oil. And then they'll have like a green salad on the side and some roasted potatoes. So in a lot of their food, the only seasoning is salt, pepper, and olive oil. And sure, for like a steak, you can do something like that. But for like white fish, that's so bland. And then it's like a lot of pork, like sausage. Sometimes it's a bit like overcooked or like a bit heavy. You know, I'm just used to things that have like more seasoning on it. So that was my qualm with Portuguese food and everything. But you know, if you like things that aren't super seasoned, you might fuck with it. But they own the spice trade. Hey, bro, so do the British. And, you know, look, they have the most beige cuisine on this here earth. Are Portuguese and Spanish culture completely different, or they have similarities? I assume they have plenty of similarities. I'm definitely not an expert on, you know, the Iberian Peninsula. LOL. I was trying to think of like a grouping name for them. But I believe they do have some things. Tilapia needs hella seasoning. It has no taste. Dead ass. No, yesterday I went to my favorite Chinese restaurant in New York, Antidote. And we got a tilapia dish, but it was in like a spicy black bean paste. It was like a whole fish. I haven't eaten a whole fish in quite a while. I was like, yes, this is how you fight, like crispy skin, layered with a billion seasonings. Like, this is how you do tilapia. Lots of pork dishes. Yeah, and like, bro, I'm Vietnamese. Like, I fuck with pork. You can cook pork really well. But the thing about cooking pork is it does have to be quite well seasoned, right? And they're not crazy into seasoning. Like, if you eat pork in Vietnamese food or just in Asian foods in general, like, we season the fuck out of it, right? It's not like it's steak. It needs to have more to it. Wasn't that why they explored and they took the spice and then they didn't use it? I don't get it. I really don't get it. How'd you learn to cook so well? TikTok, boredom. All that and everything. Iberian pig is tastier meat. Yeah, I had tonkatsu with it, but still, it still needs something to it. Tilapia's gonna cook at home though. It doesn't smell strong. Personally, I feel like as long as you have a solid quality fish of any type of fish, I don't think it smells that strong either. Din Tai Fung or PF Chang's, what is better? Well, PF Chang's isn't even Chinese food. PF Chang's is like Americanized, like white people Chinese food. I used to be a hostess out of PF Chang's when I was a teenager. And like, I have nothing against Americanized Chinese food. Like, it's its own thing. But like, the thing that annoyed me about PF Chang's was that they tried to peddle it as authentic. Like, you know, Panda Express doesn't try and peddle shit as authentic. It's just Panda Express. And there's nothing wrong with that. But PF Chang's, like, they'd be telling all these, like, black, white, and Indian people that would go and eat there. You'd, like, almost never see any Asian people there ever. Coincidence. And you'd be like, yeah, this is exactly, like, they would tell, like, yeah, just say this is exactly how they do it in, like, China and stuff. And I'm like, bro, this is a banana spring roll. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's just ridiculous and everything. So definitely Din Tai Fung. Though I do think Din Tai Fung is like 20% overpriced, honestly. But it is good. Those places never made to Canada. Good. Oh my god, when I was working at fucking PF Chang's as a 19-year-old, I have like fucking boomers coming up and be like, oh, hi, honey, I love the food of your people. And then the food is like, it's just like orange chicken or something like that. And I'm like, that's not even authentic, and I'm not even Chinese. Like, I don't even know what to say anymore in these cases. It's very comical. Even the waitresses were fake Chinese. Oh my god, dude, you unlocked a memory for me. I remember this one time, and this like shocked me because I like grew up in such a diverse area, but like, you know, there are people like this everywhere. One of the customers, he was maybe like a 60-something-year-old white guy. He goes up to my manager and he's just like, oh, don't you feel like all the waiters here should be Chinese? Which is like, bro, we're in America. Like, you don't have to match the ethnicity of the restaurant you work at to have like a casual part-time job. And then my manager is just like, you know, like very, very obviously confused. And he's just like, it's just you guys say you're authentic Chinese cuisine. And I don't feel like my experience is authentic when I have these non-Chinese people serving me. And like, he was serious. And I was just like, bro, what? Where do they get that? Freshwater, I see, yes. They think this is Disney World. I know. He was like, how dare a Latino boy bring me my Mongolian beef? Bring out the little Chinese boy to do it, or it doesn't feel right. I can't LARP like I'm in China. Like, oh God, dude. The old man said that. They would say crazy shit. Hi, gal. I'm doing okay. How are you? But I just think old people are like very I think old people forget that like they exist. You know that thing, it's like we exist in a society. I feel like old people be forgetting they exist in a society, because like I'm like, damn, just because you're like on death's door does not mean you can let everything out of your mouth. But then like I'm one to talk, I'm very blunt. But I feel like not in those ways. It does make me worry though when I'm that age. Like what if I lose that ability to like distinguish what is appropriate to say? Did they fire you then? Why, for not being Chinese? No, they probably only had like 4 Chinese people on the entire staff of like 60 people. I mean, because like Maryland is like where that restaurant was is like a Korean area. So like there's not even many Chinese people living there and everything. Tteokbokki delivered by a Mexican Uber. Fire. How was it? Yummy. I bet it was good. You won't care about nothing to worry about. Lychee with Alzheimer's. You know, my grandma on my white side has Alzheimer's or had Alzheimer's, and we would go visit her at the nursing home, and I was 4 and she had no idea who I was, and I would just sit there and bang on the piano, and like she would like say to my father, she'd be like, who is this little Mexican girl playing on the piano? All that. Because like I just looked like Dora Explorer. Like she obviously didn't think I was fucking related to her or anything. And he's like, that's your granddaughter. And she's just like, what? And then, you know, she just go back to having Alzheimer's or whatever they do. To be fair, you know, she didn't even know who her own son was at that point. Everything. When we're that age, a bunch of things that we consider normal will probably be taboo. Yeah. My great aunt had Alzheimer's. She thought I was my uncle as a child. It was brutal. Yeah. My grandma on my mom's side had dementia. And the very interesting thing about that is it kind of like freezes your mind in a time. So it's not like she ever forgot who I was. But like, I think she got dementia. It started really hitting around the time I was like 13 or 14. So I'd be like 20 years old. And she would just be like, oh, are you starting high school yet? And then I'm like in college already, and I just be like, damn, like this is some crazy shit. Well, you play piano? No, I was just banging on the piano as a kid. You know, I wasn't like playing it well. I had to pretend my uncle's my great aunt because of Alzheimer's. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't know if I'd want to keep going at that point. There's no cure for Alzheimer's, unfortunately. Yeah, they're working on it, right? But we're not like super there with it or anything. We're not doing like a great job getting there. Or is it like they don't want to solve it so they can keep charging people like crazy amounts of money for treatment? Wouldn't be surprised, man. Wouldn't be surprised. Had a family friend who thought her husband went to the store but passed years earlier. Oh, wait, that's actually so sad. Yeah, I feel like for me, I think the only thing that I'm banking on to make sure that I don't get Alzheimer's or dementia, because I have both on each side in my family, is that I have TISM memory. So I'm like, I don't know if it works this way, but like, can the TISM memory overpower the possibility of like, you know, getting these things? Because at this point, I'm still great. Like my friends who I've known for like years, they'll be like, yeah, I can't believe we've known each other since we were 14. I'm like, and you were wearing a blue shirt and a black skirt on that day. And we went to the park and we had a conversation about it. And then she's just like, girl, what the fuck is wrong with you? They're like, you're sick. Or like my friends always have this joke. They're like, I hate telling me any tea because like I'll never drop it because it'll always be there in my mind. Really shake it up. What's your IQ last time you tested? I don't even remember. It was when I was 15. That's the only time I've ever taken like a legitimate IQ test. And I feel like to get an accurate read, I would like to take one as an adult, not like a 9th grader. But maybe now I'll be dumber, right? Because I have like run around and done a lot more crazy shit. Like I hadn't really put my body through damage yet at 15. Maybe I'm stupider now. I don't know. If you die young enough, yeah, but like I'm not trying to die that young, and everyone in my family lives a really long time, so I don't think I will die that young, honestly. These bitches be ancient. They're like primordial creatures. It's crazy. I mean, like one of my great uncles died at 80, and everyone in my family was like, oh my god, so young. Like he had so much life left to live. Because like to them, they're just like, who dies at that age? Good at that age. Yes, maybe. What's good? Hi, Walk. How are you doing? What's up? But yeah, we will see how that goes. All that. That's the Asian in you. My white side lives a really long time too, bro. I don't know what it is. Like some people just be built that way. I always use this example. Like I know both of my father's parents lived into their 90s and they were factory workers since they were in elementary school. And I know at least for the grandma or my grandma, probably my grandpa too, she literally smoked like a pack a day for decades. And she still made it to over 90 years old. Like some on the and I don't even think she was happy either. Cuz you know how they say like happy people live longer or whatever? I don't even feel like she was enjoying being alive that much from everything I've heard from her life. And I'm just like, damn, bro. Some people just have that genetic dog in them. Like, and some people do not. So, we'll see. Go back to drinking my juice. But yeah, that's so ominous sounding, Penny, if you die young enough. Like, damn, bro. What is that supposed to mean? Very good. Very yummy. But yeah, I think also if I get hungry during stream, I'm gonna switch to mobile and I'm gonna go make a steak because I'm right now I'm defrosting 2 petite filet mignons. My mom psychotically sent me home with like a 30-pound bag of meat that I literally brought on the Amtrak because she knows I'm too broke and too stingy to buy myself like fancy meat. And then she said that she checked my iron levels from my last blood test and they were bad. My white side only lives to 80s, but my black side is full of centurions going back to slavery. Damn, that's incredible. Slave genes strong. Oh God, don't call it that. Well, yeah, your black genes are strong. And good for them being so tanky. Pop off. I don't know if I want to live till I'm like 100 years old. Like, I don't want to die anytime soon, but like I'd be cool dying at like 90 or like 88. Or like it depends like what I accomplish. Like if you're just alive and all you do is sit there and just like rot and you're not like very cogent and you're just like, huh, all the time, like why? I'm like cool with just like dying and just skipping to the next character, CBC test, I have no idea what that is. Because I feel like a lot of people are afraid of death, and it's not that I'm not, like I don't want to die, but then I don't have like this incredibly like dreadful idea about the concept of death, right? That I feel like is more common in like Western religion and stuff like that. I'm like, it happens. Whatever happens after, or nothing at all, and like it is what it is. But yeah. I think both sides of my genes are weak. Luckily, Poppy, you're like, girl, I'm trying to get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm not trying to be here too long. 10 minutes ago. Oh, to your mom. I DoorDashed a wet burrito. Do you like it being wet? If I'm 100, I still want to be able to fuck. Damn. Okay. I don't need to be able to fuck at 100. I can't imagine having any sex drive at 100 years old. But, like, I'd like to be able to do some stuff, right? Like, still enjoy food. Still, like, know who I'm talking to. Maybe go on a nice walk, or you can put me on the electric wheelchair. Or maybe, depending on how technology is, I could, like, go into, like, a game. Like, they did in Sword Art Online. And I could, like, I don't know, like, bang a harem of twinks in like the body of like a young person when I'm like a 98-year-old woman on the computer with like a headset. Like at that point, damn, might as well keep me alive forever. Will you live at your own at 90 or live in an old home? I mean, I don't know. I don't think like culturally we really do homes that much. So, and I assume by 90 my husband will be dead because men die first. So I don't know. With my kids or in like a specific type of home, something like that. High cultured seems kind of predatory. No, because I will also be a twink in the AI Sword Art universe. It would just be like a harem of twinks, all twink banging each other. Never grew out of yaoi. I see. Yaoi is it's a way of life, Scott. Okay, and if you start off your youth as a yaoi enjoyer, it will always hold a place in your heart. Right. Maybe I'll have a wife instead. I don't fuck with pussy. No. Once again, this all harkens back to that very drunk woman in the Casino of the Venetian in 2023 who started randomly doing my fortune for me after she told me that her husband had a massive cock. I'm not making any of this up. It's in the Vegas vlog, actually. And she was like, I see your soulmate. being a woman, blah, 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 blah. And then, you know, what me and my friend Joy were thinking, we were like, well, you know, my type is like pretty boys more than not. So, like, maybe if she's actually seeing my future, she just sees like a pretty boy and she thinks it's like a lesbian. Because she said, like, still like tall, like short hair, whatever. She's like, your soulmate's a woman. And then I'm just like, I don't fuck with pussy to her. And she's like, no, no, no. You'll change your mind. You'll change your mind. I'm like, girl, you cannot escape your destiny to be a lesbian. I'm afraid. I don't know. I just, when I think about vagina, I'm just like, it scares me. Change your mind. Ate pizza for lunch and 2 burgers for dinner. I'm feeling fat. That's cool, dude. You already did it. No point in shitting on yourself. Just hit the gym tomorrow. Don't knock it till you try it. I mean, you know, people say that, but then I say to all these straight men who say that, I'm like, have you tried cock? And they're like, no, I know I would never like cock. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, well, same principle. So don't knock it till you try it. Never had the right vagina. No, I mean, it's like sexuality is not a choice. Just how like you guys, I bet a lot of you would be like, no, I'm straight. I know that. I've always known I'm straight. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I know that too. Revisit your thoughts on 10 years. Lots can change in 10 years. A lot can change in 10 years. What about it? Well, cock is gross. Dude, pussy's gross. Not mine, but like the thought of pussy is gross. I mean, I do agree with you though. I do think most dick is gross because I am like, you know, wouldn't want to see the vast majority of men alive's dick. But like if you like them and it's like one of the ones you want to see, it's cool then. But if it's like just a random one, like that's not cool. I feel like it's so silly talking about genitalia and calling it cool or uncool. I'm like, yes, cool. He whips it out. I'm like, cool, very cool, good for you. Let me never actually do that. Honestly, same, I'm scared of pussy. Yeah, aren't you guys always the ones who, even though you guys are straight men, you're like, I'm afraid of women. I'm afraid. I don't fucking talk to women. All vagina is the same, but I was wrong. Yeah, dude. I'm happy with my wishes on Genshin. Exactly. I'm gonna go, it's actually quite chilly. I'm gonna turn down the AC. Hi, Mama. Your man would die, you say that to him in game? No, he would love that. You're telling me that if I was about to sleep with a new partner for the first time and he whipped it out and I said, cool, like that's really cool, he wouldn't be into that? Like, that's a compliment. I'm saying it's cool. I'm saying it looks cool. And I also bet they've never had their dick called cool in their whole life. You know, if someone called my pussy cool, I'd be like, oh, thank you. No, I don't. Now I have to actually try that at some point in my life and talk about it later. It's the way you say it. I'm like, cool. What if I just go, cool? Or should I be like, cool? Or I don't know, you know, what's like the best way? My thermostat was at 72. It's very chilly. Hi, Ray. Cool is weird as fuck. You know, okay, not to like metaphorically suck my own dick or my own ego, but I feel like, you know, at any point, maybe not even just with me, just like any woman, like if you're already getting to that point where like the girl you're into is down to fuck you, I don't think you care if like she's calling your dick cool, as long as she's not like calling it small or like weird looking. You're probably like, whatever, I still get to like smell, like, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter that much. She says cool like a dad, really? You know, I didn't even know it was Father's Day because I don't talk to my father at all, because he's evil. But like, so I started opening up Instagram that morning and like people were like, happy Father's Day to the best man in the world. And I'm like, wow, I didn't even know it was Father's Day. One observation I made though, that I point out to my friend that he agreed with me, is that like, you know, when Mother's Day comes around, I see like everyone posting on their Instagram stories But when it comes to Father's Day, it's like some people, but like way less. It was like 40% of the amount of people that posted for Mother's Day. And I'm like, huh. I see. Daddy issues world. Don't point. No, because I have to know that when he whips it out, he has to know that I'm saying that his dick is cool. Like, what if he just thinks I'm calling, like, the room we're in cool? I have to be like, cool. That's cool. That's really cool. I think everyone loves their mom. Yeah, I think not everyone loves their mom. And, like, there are some bad mothers out there, right? But I think there are, like, way more bad fathers than there are bad mothers. Like, for every, like, evil, like, abusive, neglectful mom, I would wager there's, like, 22 fathers that could be categorized that way. Like, I don't personally have anyone in my actual life that has, like, of course they have issues with their mom, but, like, I don't have any friend that, like, doesn't love their mom. But I have, like, I know many people who are no contact or very rocky terms with their father. I also have friends who love their dads too. I mean, it's like, it's a huge variety across the board. Next time a guy whips out, you should act afraid. That's a good compliment. I should clutch my pearls. Oh, heavens me. What is that? No, what is that sounds kind of mean to say to, like, someone's genitals. Are you counting absentee dads? Yeah, I mean, absentee dads are bad dads, of course. Jen McCurdy wrote a book out. She's glad her mom died. Yeah, I heard her mom was, like, very abusive. Men are so underappreciated. No, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about how there's, you know, so many men who are not great fathers, despite being dads. I mean, I'm sure men or women, we can all agree on that. There's a lot of dads that do not step up to the plate, for sure. Hi, Shining. A lot of guys want 5+ kids because they're the ones taking care of them. Yeah, that too. And then I feel like there's also, I've talked about this with so many of my friends, like, a lot of them, like, their relationship with their father, he's not, like, literally, like, abusive and insane like mine, but they're like, oh, he's very, like, blasé almost, if that makes sense. Like he's, like, he exists in their life, but was not, like, a super active part of, like, parenting, right? Whereas, like, their mom, like, worked full-time and then also did a lot of the parenting. So, aloof, yeah, or just, like, not super participatory, like, not, like, evil or horrible, but just, like, kind of, like, there. So, you know, I've had, like, a lot of conversations with my friends now that we've gotten to, like, adulthood, and I think we can see things more from, like, our parents' perspective because we're, like, adults as them well, and they're like, yeah, he just, like, didn't put in, like, his fair share of, like, the work. And that seems like a common attitude I've seen as well a lot. Been single and respect women enough not to date them anymore. I mean, you can date women as long as you treat them nicely, bro. You're not a stepfather, you're a father that stepped up. I love that saying. I remember when they were saying that about fucking, like, Daemon Targaryen in House of the Dragon. I got 40 kids and it's wonderful. Damn, bro is like when the sperm bank tank, like, exploded or some shit. That's crazy. All right, cheers. I call my Peter Wood Johnson, Mike, or Jimmy, like, your dick. Johnson Mike? I think Jimmy is a cuter name. You should stick to calling it Jimmy. Playing Geo today, I'm really not sure. We'll see where the wind takes us. I was saying, like, how the trajectory of today's stream mostly is dependent on the fact if my voice holds at this okay level or if it starts to, like, fall and I can't talk anymore because it is a bit raw. And we are streaming tomorrow as well, so I want to make sure I can stream for that. Sperm bank exploding. Another day in our slave. Thank you. Richard, your dick's name is Richard. I've never thought about naming my vagina my whole life. Anyways, though, guys, make sure to fill out the chat census. We're still working on it. We are pretty close. We're about 70% of the way on all the forms we want. So you see this link in chat. It's the anonymous chat census. Fill out some fun info about yourself, but anonymously. And then I have, like, a we can look at it all together and see all the data of chat. What's raw? Sushi? Pin the census? I thought it was pinned. But yeah, here, I'll pin it. I usually pin it. I don't know why it wasn't pinned. Click the chat census. Click it. I wonder if I was a man if I would donate to a sperm bank. Like, I wonder how I'd feel about, like, my technical genetic offspring just, like, running around outside. I feel like I would. I mean, like, because honestly, like, if it wasn't so invasive and it was safe, I wouldn't even be opposed to like egg donation because that shit can pay so well. Free money. Yeah. I have like a friend of a friend who got offered to be a sperm donor and they said they're gonna, it was like $500 a nut. And I think he could go like, maybe it was like monthly or like twice a month. I'm like, that's like a good extra hunk of change for sure. Though he clearly was like undiagnosed autistic. So I feel like they should look into that first. Not saying there's anything wrong with that, but like as someone like one reason I wouldn't be able to donate eggs is because I have like the ADD and they don't want anyone who has anything like that, which makes sense. Hi Trapula. That is an expensive nut. A nut. Life is so unfair. Yeah, but I guess on paper, like he went to a good school and he's like very, very tall. So I think on paper, people thought like, or the sperm bank is like, yeah, like you're a good candidate. Come nut for some money, bro. All my kids running around, I don't know about them is wild. That is fair. Yeah. I went to a really good university and the Jewish girls were getting 100K for the eggs. A few tall model looking white women got almost as much, I heard. Yeah, it's also like people don't talk about it, but it's also like based on how attractive you are. Because obviously, I'm pretty sure like if you become a sperm or an egg donor, they show like a picture of like your face and like they say your height, everything like that. And I think it would only be normal. Like if I was looking for a sperm or egg donation, I'd want the donor to be a baddie, right? So that is definitely another factor. How's the research on Rent a Girlfriend going? I was going to talk about the Sabrina Carpenter and the Bonnie Blue thing today. I didn't know why you sent me Rent a Girlfriend. I don't watch Rent a Girl. Who do you think I am? Cultured. Don't judge me. The finance blue eyes 6'5" type shit? I guess so. If they give me 500, I'd roll the dice. Nobody wants my nut. Well, if they really thought nobody wanted your sample, you know, we can talk about it more medically. I don't think they would even offer you the money. But you know what my thing is? Like, I get it. I have certain factors that disqualify me from, like, egg donation. I have ADD. I'm mixed. Usually people don't want, like, mixed donors because most couples are not. Those are the main two things, but like, come on, like, I feel like if I were able to plead my case with these people looking for a donated egg, they would totally want my egg. Like, let me just go in there and talk to them. I'm like, bitch, you want to give birth to me? They're gonna be like, fuck no, get her the fuck out of this office, dude. You can just say you're white. I mean, a lot of people have not believed that before. And then on top of that, I'm pretty sure they run your whole genetic panel, so they would definitely know I was not. So, yep. Does having a tallest dad have your eggs? Well, it doesn't help, but it's like most donor people who want sperm or egg donation want tall samples from tall people because most people want taller children just naturally. Money disease. Are you a baddie though? Thank you. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm like, come on. Let a bitch sell an egg. No, please. Hi, boo. Oh, hi, Hila. It's been a while. How are you doing? Say a fact about myself. When I was a child, I really liked the texture of a raw egg. So sometimes something I would do is I would break a raw egg and put it in my hand and just hold it over the sink and throw it back and forth between each hand and I would feel its gooiness. But now, in this day and age, no one can afford to do that anymore. And recession indicator, spectrum ass kids can't play with eggs anymore. Crazy. That was my fact. That is a weird fact. I mean, it's like you guys ask me these things so much that I like run out of things to say. So like I have to start getting creative with the information about myself. Hi, Ruby. You can eat raw eggs in Japan only. I know, I did it. It was good. I have such exciting news. Oh, wait, what happened? Hello, Dan. How are you doing? Hi, Mikey. Fuck my free money. You just look like you just left the altar to stream. Really? Oh, do I look like I just got married? Or do I look holy? I feel like, you know, I am so holy, of course. That's a really good answer. Thank you. Remember when Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Odd Parents merge universes? I watched them. I kind of watched Fairly Odd Parents, but I didn't watch them either that much. I remember when, like, what was it? Was it like Victorious and iCarly did it? And then I remember when, like, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and, like, Wizards of Waverly Place did it. Those were crazy. I've been planning my wedding. Ela, I knew you were going to say that. Oh my God, congratulations. Everyone say congrats, Ela, in chat. So you got proposed to? Yay! I can't wait for you and your fiance to give birth to the next generation of Wasian children. All hail! Congratulations. That's crazy. My people, I'll let your kids into Wasia for free. You guys can come too. Why is it my first thought? I guess your height, Scott, 5'6"? Congrats, that's crazy. Yeah, dude. This is such an interesting time of life. Like, when you get, like, 25 and up, life is so incredibly varied, right? Like, you have some friends getting engaged or getting married or talking about having a kid. And then you have other friends who are like, I just quit my corporate job to go travel in Japan and now I'm fucking someone at a hostel. Like, it's just like, everyone is just so all over the place. The variance is insane. It's so entertaining to, like, watch everything. Or it's also entertaining if your life is fun. If you're, like, one of the ones with, like, one of the boring lives, you're like, man, damn. I asked my fiance what he thought about releasing another Wasian in this world. He said, we are letting a menace into this world. Oh, most definitely. Better hope it's a girl, Ela. Female Wasians, we're more ethical. We're the more ethical Wasians than those other ones. Men. Once you hit 25, it's over in general? No, dude, that's when shit just starts getting fun. I feel like my life got so much more fun when I hit, like, 24. Like, 24, 25. And I feel like each year just gets more fun. Because you're, like, older and cooler. And you have, like, you know more about yourself. And all that. Sometimes you have more money. I mean, right now, you know, with the way the economy is, like, being 25 is, like, monetarily being, like, fucking, like, 22. But, you know. I know what to do with these. I'll think. Ethical in terms of what? Oh, I was just saying male Wasians are evil. That's some shit only a young person would say. What? That I feel like life gets better every year and that I've been having a good time. Sorry that I don't want to die. I mean, I do sometimes, of course. I'm only human. But I try and keep my spirits up. I try and keep them fresh and everything. So having your own money changes. I think it's also just like, you know, like learning who you are is such a journey. And it's very fun as you become like more confident in like yourself. I mean, I feel like I've always had a very strong sense of self, but still. And also you just get to do more novel things. It's like you exist and you experience new shit and you're like, damn, that was cool. I haven't done that before. Brain go. My ex was Half-Life and had Viet menace easily and his last name was Wing. All he was missing was the Kevin. Oh my God, your ex was male me? Halfway and have Viet. Ela, I apologize so deeply. For what male me did to you, the horrors. And everything. You gotta be a seasoned 20-year-old, not a fresh 20-year-old. I mean, but no 20-year-old is seasoned, honestly. It's very rare in life, right? Who are you? You know, that's what we're figuring out. 25 sucked because I was poor. 30 is way better because I was not poor. Was I poor at 25? Yeah, I think so. But like, yeah. Hi, Val. How are you doing? What is up? But I don't know. You know, you can still have a good time if you're broke. You can just have like a less good time. But that doesn't mean you can't still have a good time. Like, and honestly, like, maybe this sounds comically insensitive, but I feel like when I see poor people having fun and like partying, I know this because I am one right now. Since I got laid off my job, so I only have this is income at the moment. Like, I feel like poor people have like the most fun because you're really trying to savor the moment. You know? Do you know who my ex is one day? You know him one day. I'll see you drunk in New York one day. Really? Oh my God, does that mean he's in this? Oh, interesting. Okay. I have a guess then, interestingly enough. But okay, yeah, no, I would love that. Kind of climbing the social ladder, 30, getting somewhere in 40, back to 0. You can have fun at 40. Yeah, a lot of unhappy rich people. Yeah, I know like unhappy rich people, they just like don't have a purpose in life because they have everything. Whereas I feel like when you don't have everything, you have like something to almost like look forward to and strive to. So maybe sometimes it makes you like more optimistic. But this is like, that's not being super poor. That's like people who are like still have the basic necessities but are broke feel that way. If you're like struggling every day for food, like of course you're not going to be happy no matter what. It's way easier to be unhappy when you're rich though. Everything is easier when you're rich, yeah, for sure. It's a great year unless you're broke. Poor people don't have jobs, so maybe they have more time equals more fun. No, dude, a lot of poor people have jobs and are poor. That's like the crime of it all, right? It'll be hot today. Have you guys, okay, tell me if you guys have ever heard this, because I've heard this joke, this stereotype online all the time, but I don't know if it's true because I have no experience with it. So apparently poor men are better in bed than rich men. And like all these girls in these comments are like, yeah, poor men, fuck, they eat pussy. Like they're not trying to get kicked out in the street of your house because they don't got nowhere to stay. Like rich men are selfish in bed. They don't care. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I don't know. I wouldn't know. But is that true? Like, is poor dick, like, good? The poorest I've been when I had jobs, I should be a stay-at-home wife. It might make sense, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Is that true? Is that true? I've heard that it's like maybe because you guys aren't on like woman internet, right? But that's like a thing that is like talked a lot about and everything. Those people commenting are for the streets. How are they for the streets? They're just saying poor men are better in bed. No, my other ex was poor and horrible in bed. He had a tiny pee-pee and didn't go down. Damn. Okay, that's crazy. Yeah. Broke vagina hits. Okay, so maybe it goes both ways. Like the stereotype goes both ways. I have no idea. Because pretty much it was like this post. I've heard this before, but it was this post that went viral of this girl talking about how her mom is like, honey, like you need to date men who are more established. You can't keep dating like these super broke guys. And then the girl was like, how can I tell my mom it's because like poor men know how to fuck and these rich dudes don't? Because like obviously she can't say that to her mom. That's weird. So yeah. And then people are just like talking about it. But it also reminds me of you guys know the broke man hug who like hugs the girl from behind. It's like stuff like that. What do you mean materialists? Poor pussy, best pussy. Okay, I guess it goes both ways. Bro laying down dick like he's about to get evicted. I mean, I did watch like this TLC show of this guy who would just go around Tinder sleeping with women, and he was like down to sleep with them, but he just seemed kind of like whatever about it. And he was like, oh, it's because I'm homeless, so every time I want a place to stay for the night and shower, I'll like find like a girl to smash. And I'm just like, that's some crazy work right there. That's some crazy work, dude. I think it has more to do if they're in shape or not. Yeah, that makes sense too. I think it also just has to do with like, are they willing to like learn their partner, or are they like more of a selfish individual, right? Poor, not whore. Yeah, typing here. I got you. Would you ever kiss a guy that doesn't floss? That's like such a specific question. I've never thought about that before. As far as my knowledge goes, everyone I've kissed has flossed. I mean, I think you could ask that question on a broader spectrum of like, would you ever... I wouldn't kiss someone who had bad dental hygiene, so I guess not. I mean, I know not everyone flosses every single time, so like, I can kind of get over that. We should floss relatively often, yeah. She had good teeth, though. Yeah, but what if something's stuck in her teeth? I don't know, man. Biggest freak I know, and I love her, is my friend who had a dual PhD. She doesn't have time for relationships because of her career. Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. Would you kiss Homo erectus? No, dude, that's like borderline bestiality. That's crazy. Money makes people think a lot of themselves, easily see any kind of relationship or interaction as a service. Sure, yeah. I've never asked a girl if she's flossed before kissing. I think you just know if she takes care of her teeth. Yeah, that's true. It's not like you're like leaning in to kiss someone. You're like, you floss? You got a water pick? How often are your cleanings? You know? Something like that. Where are you going? A wedding? I can't just wear white without going to a wedding. LOL. You know, also you would never wear white to a wedding. So is your wedding. Or like a Western wedding. Why is the scientific term for human homo? Well, homo means same. And then sapien means wise. So like same, wise. I'm trying to remember why we called them same. Emo chick wears white for the first. I know, like, first of all, I'm not emo. Second of all, like, damn, a bitch can't ever wear anything but black without everybody on stream always commenting, being like, oh my god, hell is frozen over. She's not wearing black. Like, only like 60% of my closet is black. Like, I have non-black clothing, okay? You know? You can also buy a home water flossing machine if you have flossing like me. I do have one of those. Emo ABG wears white for the first time. I'm not emo and I'm not an ABG. There's nothing wrong with being emo. There's nothing wrong with being an ABG, but I'm literally not either of those. No ABG or emo would think that about me. Only you people who don't know terminology think that. If a guy spontaneously ate your ass during sex, would you automatically assume he does that with everyone? Would it turn you off? Regardless of the assumption, it would turn me off in most cases because I'd be like, wait, what? You know, I heard that was a very Japanese thing. I have no experience with like Japanese men. I had an ex who was a quarter Japanese, but like, not really. Anyways, I also use like American. But yeah, I was watching this piece from this girl who is like white American and she lived in Japan and she like fucked a bunch of Japanese dudes and she's like, bro, they all eat ass. Like they all eat ass, like pretty much like every single one of them. And I'm like, she's like, they won't even say it. They'll like just start doing that. And I'm like, I don't like that at all. Yeah. No. I would say I'm not a fan of that more than anything. But I don't know. That's also only, you know, one woman's experience. So I'm not saying she can speak for all Japanese. Why? Dude, don't try and understand these things. I was a scene kid who called himself J-Rock. That's crazy. Yeah. She the white one who's going to all Asian countries and fucking the guys. I feel like there's like a couple like that. I don't think so, Hila, unless that was old, because I remember seeing this video when I was like in high school. It's just stuck with me all these years later because I was like, that's some crazy work. It's customary, maybe. I don't know. They know what the hole is, or I think so. I don't know, dude. I can't speak for Japanese men, especially not all Japanese men. How about y'all go there and smash one and you see? Maybe then. What on social media is keeping a journal about every country's men? She said South Korea sucks. I can see that for sure. But we are done. Yay! Thank you for filling out the census, Zuko. Thank you. Oh, speaking of, and especially because we have a couple girls in chat right now, so I want to ask this. And Culture and I were talking about, what do you guys think about the Sabrina Carpenter thing? Like, do you feel like her, you know how like people were really shitting on her for her album cover? Do you feel like it's inappropriate? I mean, most of you guys are men, so you don't have like an opinion, but like, what do you think about it? North Korea gives top tier D. Bro, do they even feed them in North Korea? How are you laying down the pipe if you haven't eaten a meal in 2 days? What happened? I'll show you guys. Look, guys, I'm prepared with tabs now. Say yay. Okay. Give me un segundo. Do you guys, is she your guys' type out of curiosity? I feel like she's very attractive, but then like, I feel like I hear like men are very polarizing on Sabrina Carpenter. So pretty much, let me crop it, but she released her album cover. Oh my God. What is this? Wrong display capture. What the? Hold on. Okay. Let me crop it. She released her album cover and then people are saying that like it is like you know, bad for women and like, you know, the general like imagery of women, and it sets a bad example and it's like degrading. And I will show you it now. And I have very mixed feelings on it, honestly, as a wench. So it's this one, you know, on the right with the hair pulling and stuff. What do you guys think? Everything. She's Hayden Pantier from Wish. That's so specific. She's very attractive for sure, but like 80% of women are my type. Love how you admit that and everything. She alienated her main audience. Looks fine to me. Devoid of class. I mean, I'm not here to like talk about class or not because like I do believe like at the end like she's an adult woman, like she can express her sexuality how she wishes to express it. I do think especially like the way the climate of things are right now, maybe it wasn't the most tactful. But then another point of me is like, and it's like if you listen to her music, she's always shitting on men, so like there is a balance there. And we all know she's a freak. Like she always talks about being a freak. So I don't know. I'm not sure. And everything. But yeah, this is like her new album cover. Hair pulling is not my kink. Well, she's just trying to show that she's like freaky and kinky, but we all knew that already because she always like does like that sex position part at the end of her song. And what if it's ironic? We don't know what the album is about. I believe it is like kind of ironic because the head song of this album is called Man Child. So she's like shitting on this guy for being a man child. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Here. She's a sub. We can't just have sub erasure. Bottom erasure? Everything. Do we even say top and bottom when it comes to men and women? Ask for opinion, skips opinion. Sorry that I can't keep up with chat all the time. And sometimes I miss a message. Damn. It fits perfectly how she is in public. I don't know how people are even surprised. Yeah, like, I mean, I like some of her songs. I'm not like a stan or anything. But when I saw it, I wasn't super surprised. Some people are also making the point that like the people who care and say it's super degrading are like more chronically online and like the general population who interacts with it doesn't care that much. But I don't know. That's why there's mixed feelings. She's kind of like F-men, but then releases that. I get it in terms of shock effect. Yeah, maybe it was a good marketing ploy, honestly, right? Because her whole thing is playfully shitting on men and then she, does this. But then you could also, some people say like it's like a degrading position. But then you could also make the argument, like, if it's, like, a woman doing it with her own agency, which she is, like, is it degrading? Like, it's a tricky slope. Chapel did it better. Well, Chapel's a lesbian, right? So, like, I feel like Chapel doing it, I don't really know exactly what you're referencing, but if Chapel did it with another woman, I feel like that does read differently. You know what I mean? It's a different conversation. To boost her career because it's going to be short? You think so? Really? I mean, her career's been going on for quite a while. I feel like it's only picking up. It's corny, definitely marketing, social media. Why aren't people arguing about her doing Eiffel Towers? I mean, because that's just like more of a joke she said at the end of the song. Like she didn't take a photo of her in an Eiffel Tower. That is crazy. She's not even actually freaky. She says it's a character and she's not that horny IRL. Really? Wow. See, that's like interesting information to know. I think it's just because she did this on the heels of the Sydney soap situation. Yeah, but in a way, like, I mean, I'm not shitting on Sydney Sweeney for the soap thing. I have my opinions about that, I guess. If you guys don't know, Sydney Sweeney partnered with like this men's hygiene brand to sell bar soap that apparently they all have like a few drops of like her bath water infused in it or something. But I feel like Sydney's was more for like the bag. Not saying for Sabrina she doesn't make music for the bag, but she's also like an artist and there is a degree of like artistic expression in it. So like I feel like I'm like more cool with this one personally. Dirty sense of humor. Few drops is enough. What? You just want the full bar to be Sydney Sweeney bathwater, bro? Holy shit. I think it's more holding than hair pulling. Well, of course, yeah. I mean, well, because they're doing it for like a photo shoot. It's not like she's actually like in this situation during this. As long as Sydney doesn't talk, she's going places. Her looks is what sells. I actually think in serious roles, she's a very good actress. Like she was very good in Euphoria. But then when I see those clips from her in that comedy movie she was in, Anyone But You or whatever, I just don't think she has like the cadence for comedy. Everything. I just want a refreshing beverage. Oh my god, not the Sydney Sweeney bathwater soap. Yeah, she said she just likes making innuendos. I think on Tiny Desk. Yeah. I saw some clips of her Tiny Desk and everything like that. She a bop? Does she got OF? no one here we're talking about is a bop. These are like A-list celebrity millionaire women. They don't need to make an OF or anything. 10x is much. She got hand so hard when she posted pictures of her family that are MAGA. Yeah, I remember that because Sydney Sweeney's from Spokane. I don't know how to say that. Washington, which is like Hick. It's like Hick, Washington, you know? W, Euphoria, and White Lotus. Yeah, she was going to White Lotus too. I forgot about that for sure. You said it right? Okay, cool. People are like, you don't know how to say that city's name. You're from Washington. I'm like, I'm not. I just lived in Seattle. I'm not from Washington. I don't know about Washington things like that much. She's so huge now. Madison Square Garden. Yeah, no, she's huge now. But yeah, I don't know. My personal take on this is like, I get it's a little risque. I do think it is a marketing ploy. I think it's a pretty smart marketing ploy because, right, it's doing what everyone wanted it to do, which there's so much discussion around it. Like, most men don't even listen to Sabrina Carpenter, and literally all of you guys already know this and have asked about it before. So I think overall I'm fine with it. You know, it's not too extreme in my opinion, and I think she's like an adult with her own agency. So yeah, but I don't know. It's art. You don't get all our arms about. Okay, well, speaking of art, there is one thing that people were truly criticizing her for, which I do think has much more merit than criticizing her for this. So do you guys all know the book / the movie Lolita, like the original story? Pretty much it's about this grown man in his 30s who marries a woman so he can get close to her 12-year-old daughter because he has like this disturbing sexual fascination with her 12-year-old. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I know like a lot of you guys would know it, but just in case and everything. Nabokov, yes, that's the author, right? So Sabrina Carpenter did a photo shoot, like a new promotional photo shoot, and she is getting a lot of heat for it because she took from Lolita. So, like, let me show you guys. So let me crop it down a little bit. But like, look, so the top picture is the Sabrina photo. And the bottom photo is the screen cap from the movie. They use like an 18-year-old actress in the movie, but from what I've heard, it was still very like unsettling. And yeah, and I'm like, yeah, this is kind of bad, honestly. This is kind of bad. Actually, Sabrina commented on TikTok saying she never watched the movie. Well, here's what she said, because me and my roommate were talking this earlier. She said she'd never watched the movie. It was never on her mood board, whatever. And, like, I don't not believe her. But then I'm sure, like, whoever in her team, like, her production, who set this up, definitely, someone there has seen the movie, right? Because that's where they got it from. And I'm like, that's not, like, a great choice for them, like, a great artistic choice. Which movie this? Lolita. Yeah. It's got to be ironic. But it's not really the thing you would do ironically. So I'm not, like, fully blaming Sabrina for it. Because, like, sure, okay, she didn't watch the movie. But, like, who on her team greenlit this? And, like, thought that it would be appropriate? You know what I mean? Creative director gets final say for a label that pays for the music video. Yeah. Because what if they had told her about it? Like, how would they have made it sound positive? Well, they might not have told her. They might have been like, okay, we're going to do, like, some, like, you know, like, romantic, like, sexy, wet thing. Like, wear a white dress, lay in front of a sprinkler. And then she might just be like, cool, looks hot, right? She doesn't necessarily need to know that it's from Lolita. But I'm just saying, whoever's on production totally knew. Because, like, the leg positioning, the sprinkler, it's just a little too similar. Yeah, I know. No, Brooke Shields was incredibly abused by the industry. It's fucked up, and by her mother. So yeah, watching a movie from the 80s. Well, a lot of people know the reference. Like, I know multiple girls my age who have read Lolita. I mean, I knew what Lolita was and everything. Because she's young and she's tiny, and men are gross and weird. I just think it's like a weird thing that they got inspiration from it. Honestly, her team or her. So. Yeah, they've kind of like low-key fucked her with that because now because of course like her team are the behind the scenes people, so even if she didn't know where it came from, like she is the one who is gonna get the flack for it and get the shit for it, of course. Seems like social commentary. I don't feel like this is social. I mean, what would the commentary be? Just that she's like, because people are very hypercritical of the story of Lolita, which makes sense because like you should be. It's like romanticizing like a 30-some-year-old man being in love with a 12-year-old. So what would the commentary be? Just like that she's like saying she likes the aesthetic? It's not really commentary. I extremely dislike Blake Lively. Don't we all, bro? Don't we all? If we're talking about blondes. Blonde people. You know, I feel like blonde people are so prevalent in Western media, and I barely know a single blonde person in real life. Like, there are not that many people who remain blonde into adulthood, you know? Yeah, I'm like, damn. I have like one blonde friend. Sabrina wear a wig? I don't know. Small girl and all these men are obsessed with her. It's fucking weird. Exactly. Well, another thing that Sabrina Carpenter did get flack for is she said in like, you know how she like ad-libs a lot of her songs and shit and like throws in little bits? She said at one concert, she was like, I'm an adult, but I look like a niña. And you guys know a niña is like girl or like female child in Spanish. And a lot of people, that was weird because they're like, oh, you're like hypersexualizing yourself and then also saying you look like a kid. And I was like, yeah, that's fair criticism. I don't love saying that. I'm not like a crazy fan of saying that. That was odd, bad joke. Yeah, like maybe it wasn't the most well thought out. I'm not saying like kill her or anything, but I'm like, Arr. So like me knowing that tidbit and then also seeing like this thing, like her copying the Lolita art, I'm like, they don't read great together, you know? Right? She's just short. Yeah, she looks like an adult girl, but she is super short. But like a lot of people are short as fuck. I do forget that though too. I'm like, dude, she's like 4'11". Hi, E-List. How are you doing? She's very artistic. Yeah, I don't like dislike her. I just think like, you know, these topics are like interesting in like in a commentary perspective for us to talk about and everything. She playing into the fetishes. Yeah, that's not it and everything. Never seen her without makeup. I'm sure it's been online before. I mean, dude, it's pretty rare to see any celebrity without makeup. Even when you think a celebrity has makeup, they still probably have makeup on. Men and women. A lot of the times. Catch me up. We're talking about the Sabrina Carpenter scandal. I thought she was trying to make fun of herself, but it was not executed well. Yeah, I mean, it could also just be a poorly executed joke. Aw, thanks, Elis. Hehehe. You know what I find funny? Like, sometimes dudes will post a picture of, like, a famous woman. They'll be like, oh, my God, I love natural women with no makeup. And I'm like, bro, that's a whole hour makeup routine. Because I realize, like, a lot of men, they just don't know what makeup looks like. Like, I've literally had times where I'm wearing, like, eyeliner, like, false eyelashes, like red tinted lips. And someone's like, oh, you're wearing... And I mentioned, like, something about my makeup. And someone's like, oh, you're wearing makeup? And I'm like, bro, I didn't come out the womb with a full beat on my face. You know? Rachel Ziegler, she's in a hot mess. I think it's kind of toning down now. New Superman. I'll pull that up for a topic next time because I don't have that on my tabs. Or I can pull it up after. On the topic, it's very disturbing to me how I have to check the age of new J-pop and K-pop groups because some of them are hot, but I found out like 17, I want to jump off a bridge. Yeah, it's very weird that they like debut so many really young people in K-pop. I'm like, dude, like... sometimes they even debut like middle schoolers. I'm like, can you just like let these kids like, sure, I get they're still training for their career, but like, gosh. What is Evita? I have no idea what that is. Those posts that say I love women who are natural without makeup are sometimes just engagement with me. Sometimes they are, but sometimes it's like men who never interact with women in real life just don't know what it looks like. Like I literally remember I had this one interaction on stream. I was talking about my makeup, and right, you guys see I'm wearing like eyeliner, right? Like no one has like black sharp lines that point off their eyeball. And then I like, someone said something about my eyes and I was like, oh yeah, of course I'm wearing eyeliner. And the guy was like, how was I supposed to know that? I'm like, you know, the sharp ass black wing extending like half an inch off my eyeball. Wasn't that yesterday? No, this specific one I was thinking about was years ago, but like that stuff does happen in that vein all the time. Male gaze argument, do you think it makes sense? I mean, I do think there is a male gaze and a female gaze, 100%. But I obviously don't think, like, people talk about it like it's like law, right? And perspective is pretty different from person to person, so I don't know. But yeah, like a great example of the male gaze is like, you guys know when guys get jacked, but not just like jacked, like roided, like huge, like they walk around, they're shaped like a Dorito. And people always say that's the male gaze because guys only do that for other guys. Like no woman, like it's so rare to find a woman who's attracted to like the roid build. And that is true. So that's, I think that's a fair example, for example, the male gaze. Or like that ugly, fuzzy, pink crochet sweater I have. I wish I had it here to pull out. I have this sweater. Every time I wear it, I have girls and gays coming up to me. I love that sweater. It's so cute. It's adorable. I've had multiple people come up to me, ask me for the link for it. Every straight man I know is like, this is disgusting, Serena. Take off this fucking ugly fucking sweater. Yeah. Like I've had like 20 straight men make fun of me for that sweater. And I'm like, it's the female gaze sweater. Yeah, I see. It's interesting. Rarely go public without makeup. Exactly. And they're so critiqued too. Like, why would they want to give another avenue to be bullied? But not interacting with men ever is literally a norm for women of all ages. What do you mean? Women interact with men all the time. That's why bad shit happens. It's bodybuilder guys. I'm not into Dorito men. Well, you're not into men in general, cultured. I thought you were straight. Like, hello. They beat them young. Yeah, exactly, Ela. Exactly. But yeah, no, I definitely do think that is a thing. My girl best friends defending even call me by your name because it's Italy. It's legal to sleep with 16-year-olds. I agree. Yeah, that's gross. Like, one thing I'm really tired of is when people always equate like legality to morality. Like some horrible shit has been legal. And some horrible shit around the world still is legal. Like we can't, our government's always ethical. I definitely don't think so. I can say if a man is attractive or not still. Yes, no, that's fair. I'm glad you could admit that, culture. There's a lot of men. You know what I always thought was dumb as fuck? I don't hear this much anymore as an adult because I think people grow out of it. But I remember being in like high school or even college, like you'll just be hanging out with a male friend and you'll be like, oh, do you think this guy is cute? And you'll show him a picture of a guy and he'll be like, how would I be able to tell if a man is cute? I'm straight. I don't like men. I'm not gay. I can't tell if a man. I'm like, well, I'm not saying if you're attracted to them, but like, do you find him attractive? He's like, I can't even look at it. That's gay. I might as well just put his cock in my mouth. And I'm just like, that almost makes me feel like you're gay, that you care that much. I'm like, I can say if I think a woman is attractive. He's not sickly looking, a little gay. I don't want him. LOL. 1700, marrying a 16-year-old makes sense because elite expectancy, but marrying young now is just weird. Yeah, exactly. And everyone would get married young back then. You guys know my great-grandparents, they had an arranged marriage at 15 and 16. Crazy. But at least they were around. They were like pretty much the same age. But dude, that's just so crazy. Because the arranged marriage started when my great-grandfather's older brother saw the girl, his future sister-in-law, walk through town, and he was like, oh, she's really pretty, like let me go do some research on her family because my brother's 16 now and it's about time for him to settle down. And I'm just like, bro, it's so crazy how like, how times are so different. Like he was like, man, my 16-year-old brother being unmarried, like we can't have that, like it's getting late. I'm like, bruh. He did, Scott, yes. The Materialist? Oh, I will look into it. I feel like I've heard of that before. I also need to watch Past Lives. Hi, YB. Babe. Cultured, you're being called. You're gonna get arranged marriage at 40 to avoid marrying a girl I made a marriage pact with at 14. I mean, like, wait, who's arranging your marriage, though? Because, Manic, I don't know your life, but you did say that, like, you live in your car. Hopefully you won't live in your car by the time you're 40. So I'm like, those people get arranged marriages, People had all his jobs at 16 back then. Yeah, people have all ass jobs now at 16, which, I don't think you should have to work at them. Arranged marriages only happen now when they turn 30 and the parents step in. Yeah, my great-grandparents had an arranged marriage at 15 and 16, and then they had 10 children together and 17 pregnancies, bro. Isn't that crazy? And like my great grandma, she had babies. She had her first baby at 17 and her last one at like 42, 43. Like, holy shit. Though I guess at least they were more spread out. Like a lot of times those people just have them back to back to back. From 14. Are you into word games? Sometimes. Send me one in the Discord if there's something. But yeah. I'm very glad I don't live in the time for arranged marriage. I feel like my mom would have an interesting choice for me. I feel like she wouldn't be that bad at it. Oh, another thing though. Did you guys, are you doing the docs today, the census? No, I'm waiting till we get more forms. We're about 70% to like my desired amount. So if you haven't filled out the chat census, click the pin form. It's anonymous. How many sheep for your hand in marriage? I feel like I'd be expensive. Like 4 sheep. Like sheep are expensive, right? I don't know. Make you miss your short hair? No, I don't miss having shorter hair. I went to law school with a young lady arranged marriage and thought she was joking first until I got the invite. Well, arranged marriages are not that uncommon. And I feel like some people confuse them with a forced marriage. But an arranged marriage and a forced marriage is not the same thing. A forced marriage is like you're being forced to marry someone. An arranged marriage is like, you know, like your family, your community, like they'll try and match make you. But like you have the agency to say no. Like you're not, no one's like holding you at gunpoint. They're just like a little more particular. Oh yeah, send in Discord cultured. Oh, another thing that I thought was crazy that I was talking to my friends about this weekend in the line for like a club. Do you guys know the Bonnie Blue petting zoo thing? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? You guys have to know what I'm talking about. You guys are all like internet gooners, right? Me just waiting for chat to catch up to answer my questions and everything, but we're always on like a minute delay. Hi, EG. I remember reading that headline. I just heard about it. Okay. Let me explain. It's about to be the most horrific shit you've ever heard. Because we were talking about like Sabrina Carpenter, if she's setting women back with her album cover, like no. But this is setting women back. I'm judging the men, yeah. So Bonnie Blue is a porn star. She's like an OF star. And she's the same lady who did the thing where she slept with 1,000 men in 24 hours or something like that. So, and like super disturbing, super disgusting, incredibly dangerous. It literally like they took a photo of it or a video of it before it happened. I found a screenshot on TikTok. It's like, it looked like this, which is like, yo, what the actual fuck? The other girl I don't think participated. She's just there, but like, holy shit. Like they gave them masks to cover themselves. Was it like 1 pump each? I watched her do an interview on it where she was grifting super fucking hard. So it was super fucking annoying. I mean, I judged her and I judged the insane ass men who participate. Like how disgusting. But I heard they got like, I don't know, like 10 seconds each or something like that. Crazy. Most European looking motherfucker I've ever seen. Oh, the TikTok guy who's explaining it. Yeah, he was very European. Yeah, I was the only guy who wasn't in line. But anyways, so she came up with another stunt. And apparently this stunt was so extreme, even more extreme than fucking 1,000 men in a row, that she got banned off OF. Like, even OF was too much for her. Where they said this is too much for us. So what she was going to do is she was going to get this giant clear glass box and she was going to be like naked and tied up in the box for like 24 hours or something. And then she was just going to let men come and do whatever they want to her. Like they could fucking kill her, you know? And it was just all going to be like recorded and then posted on OF. And I'm like, that is so disgusting. That is so disturbing. Like anyone who goes to that also needs to be jailed. So, thankfully, even OnlyFans was like, nope, this is too much for us. We're not going to have this on our platform. And she canceled the event and OF deplatformed her. And she was like, you know, obviously a very high earning creator for the extreme shit she does. OF banned it? Yeah. In public? I mean, it's not going to be like in public as in kids are outside. Like they're going to let people through the door. But the way she describes it is like any man who is 18 plus can come and take part. So it's like no way to even, are these like, look for STDs, look for anything like that. She even said in an interview, she's like, yeah, like, because the interviewer lady who was obviously very disturbed was like, and what if like a teenager comes in And she's like, oh, well, we're checking IDs, but like, I'll take him as long as, even if it's his 18th birthday. And I'm like, what? It's like, she needs help. She needs help. Every man who partakes in this shit is disturbed in the head and needs help. It's just insane. It's insane. Sex David Blaine. I don't know what that is. And then some people are like calling her like a marketing genius. And this one girl put it perfectly. She's like, Bonnie Blue is not a marketing genius. She's just fucking soulless and willing to do absolutely anything for the bag, right? Like if you're willing to like sell yourself in a way that no one else will, sure, of course you'll stand out. Makes $1 million over a month. Yeah, she might not anymore because she got deplatformed off OF. You gotta screen these guys. They don't even screen them. They just check their IDs that they're old enough. But yeah, so disturbing. White woman activities. Oh my God. This is not bad. This is something else. Yeah, so I'm glad at least the general public, like every normal person, there's no discussion around this. We're like, this is disturbing. But there was actually if someone remembers this, the name of this social experiment, let me know. I believe this was in like the 80s or something. So there's this woman who held a social experiment in the 80s, and it was very similar, but like not necessarily sexually focused. So she was just this woman. She was an artist. She put herself in a box for a certain period of time, and she was restrained, but like fully clothed. And there was objects laid out around her, and she let the public just come in and do anything to her. So not necessarily men or women, like some men came in, some women came in. And at first, and she was non-reactive. Like her whole thing was she tried to stay stoic because it was like a commentary on like human nature. And at first, like people were nice to her. Like they like would pull out a flower, or they'd like fix her hair for her, or like all this stuff. But then of course it got progressively more and more disturbed. Yeah. And like different men came in. They like partially cut off her clothes. They like groped and molested her. They beat her. A lot of insane stuff. And this is open to the public too. This is not like a only men's sex experiment. And some people still did that with an audience watching. Yeah. Like so disturbing. It's not proof art is stupid. It's proof that like evil is so like permeating through so many people, and that there are so many sick people in the world. And afterwards, after she was taken out of the experiment and she was giving her thoughts on it afterwards, she said that like she thinks like multiple of those men would have raped her if their wives weren't there. And that brings up a whole nother thing, that like some of these men were doing that to this woman while their wives were present and watching. And I'm like, if that does not make a commentary on like human evil and like the true depravity of people, I do not know what does. So a lot of people are pointing out that old experiment from the 80s or whatever. Does anyone remember the name? Talking about the Bonnie Blue petting zoo thing, being like, bro, it's gonna be 10 times worse than that. She consent. She could have stopped it at any point. Sure, she technically consented, right? But like, you're still evil if you go in there and hurt people. And she did stop it at a point as well, right? Like if, you interact with a person who is just like helpless and existing, and your first thought is to harm them, like you're a bad person. I mean, that's an understatement. But yeah, crazy. Hi, friend. Hi, Mike. But yeah, so crazy, crazy, crazy. Thank God. Rare good thing OnlyFans has done. They were like, no, girl, you cannot do your crazy ass petting zoo shit on our platform. Because apparently, let's see. Apparently, she got deplatformed for it. Like, where do you go if OnlyFans deplatforms you? Is what I'm wondering. Yeah. Allegedly got her banned from OnlyFans. Maybe it didn't actually happen yet. Kick? Can you do porn on Kick? Can people pay for porn on Kick? Apparently OnlyFans has limits, according to a report by The Sun. Bonnie Blue has been banned from OnlyFans months after she slept more than 1,000 men in one day. It was honestly crazy that she even was allowed to do that. She was making tens of thousands a month via OnlyFans. I thought she was making like $1 million a month. But yeah, I guess good thing they have boundaries or something like that. Kick is basically Twitch now. They dialed it way back. Oh, I don't know, dude. I was going to talk about Kick later. Did they dial it way back? Twitch plus racism. Kick is Twitch plus like every level of bigotry. And then like the average audience of Kick probably has like a very lukewarm IQ, I would imagine. I mean, like, remember, if you guys were at this last stream I did when I was doing the IRL stream of the No Kings protest, and I was talking to this Kick streamer, and like people were donating for like his speaker to say stuff like TTS, right? And like someone was just like, they just say the dumbest things. Someone's like, Kick is, our Twitch is for the LGBTQ. I'm just like, what does it even mean? Once the wieners. Kick clean up their acts so they can have kids on the site getting addicted to gambling. I know. Oh, I've got her permaban. Wow, a permaban. That's crazy. I mean, I think it's good. Like, this is the men who wanted to go the petting zoo thing are sick. And then she clearly needs, like, deep psychiatric help to... because there's something wrong with her. I mean, honestly, the dudes that would go to this need it too. Rip her income. She has made enough money on grifting like crazy. She could retire easily. Kick is Twitch prison. Yeah, Kick is, I like to say Kick is like the Wild West of Twitch and everything. Aw, thank you for the raid. Aw, yay. Okay, let's stop talking about horrible current events so we don't disturb people. We were just talking about very disturbing things that were happening on the internet. But thank you so much for the raid. Thank you, thank you. How are you doing, Jenny? What was your stream? I was yapping. She's ooh-woo. She's ooh-woo. I would say ooh-woo, but I don't want someone to clip it and goon to it. So I'll just say, can I just say it in a really dead voice? Ooh-woo. Oh, wow. Uh-huh-huh. Uh-huh-huh. IRL in Toronto. Oh, nice. I've been to Toronto. I had a really good time there. It was nice. I don't exactly know what y'all did there, but I just walked around. I drank. I hung out with my friends. It was very fun. I live in New York, so not too far. But thank you so much for the raid. Pretty room. Aw, thank you. Yes, I have my decorative cat here. My other decorative cat over there. Everything. I do IRL too, like 2/3 of the time. Hi, Leo. You got people coming to it, okay. Monotone, that's my thing. That's just how my voice sounds. Toronto, my second home. Pog. Yeah, you know, the only thing I noticed, people always talked about like Canadian English, but in Toronto, I just heard like one dude say A. But besides that, like, you know, this Toronto accent that everyone talks about, they're like, oh my God, the Toronto accent is the worst accent in the world. Like, I didn't really hear anyone with a Toronto accent, but maybe I was just in the wrong part of Toronto. Crody. We have one of my mods is from Toronto as well. Is that what they call it? Cultured? Crody? But then like you see like those probably over exaggerated like crazy like street interviews in Toronto, and they're like, what's your favorite word of Toronto slang? And then it's like some kid at the mall and they sound disgusting. I'm like, what is going on? Toronto mans. Does Drake have one? No, Drake is not what I'm talking about. Can someone find me a link of like the Toronto accent? No, it's okay. I don't want to change up my volume. People in Toronto pronounce Toronto as Toronto. Interesting. When I was in Toronto, I was with a couple of my friends, and one of them's Korean, and it was hella funny because like she called her mom, and her mom was like, "Oh wait, where are you?" Because she forgot like where we were traveling, and when she said, "Oh, I'm in Toronto," her mom's like, "Where?" But then she just did the classic thing where you like switch the accent. She's like, "Oh no, mom, I'm in Toronto." And her mom's like, oh my God, Toronto, yes. It was very cute. Toronto. I'm not fluent in Toronto accent. I just know some. It's like being in New York. People from everywhere in Toronto, so you gotta find the OGs. Yeah, but I feel like it's easier to find in New York. I mean, granted, I was only in Toronto for a few days, so. But I'd like to go back. The Canadian summer is lovely. Bombaclat. Isn't bombaclat like a Jamaican thing to say or something like that, right? Hi, Sanj. How are you doing? What is up? Yes, okay. Yeah, because I saw this crazy fucking clip or like this crazy reel. It was so funny. This guy was recording his Uber driver talking, who was Jamaican. And the Uber driver was like being very pro-gay, but in such an angry way. Like, so it's like this old Jamaican man, he's yelling and he's like, the gay people, they are great. They make no trouble in my Uber. The straight boys is where I get the bomba clot. They are so annoying and loud. Ah. It's like aggressive pridefulness, aggressive pro-gay. He said, the gay people do nothing in my Uber. The straight men, like, yeah, he called them a bomba clot. I was like, Lamau. Like, what does that even mean in that context? Oh, wait, my mom's texting me. I probably have to say goodnight to her. Oh, she just said goodnight. Good night at home. Okay. She just, you know, she's always afraid that I'm, like, about to get human trafficked. Are you traveling live? Yeah, I do travel IRL sometimes. Or like, you know, I live in New York, so I also just IRL around here. I want to think of when my next IRL is going to be tomorrow, actually. As I was telling some people at the beginning of the stream, I'm going to this really cool event. I'll explain it again, since a lot of you weren't here. You guys know what Dave and Buster's is, right? Yeah? You know what D&B is? Drum and bass, which is like a subgenre of EDM. So Dave and Buster's, for their anniversary, they have Dave and Buster's D&B nights, where they have like D&B DJs, like actual DJs, performing at a few select Dave & Buster's around America. It's only 4 tomorrow. So you can go to a rave in a Dave & Buster's. So you can rave while playing all the arcade games. So I'm going to one tomorrow. I feel like that'd be super fun. I'm like, wow. Arcade games, rave, lights, alcohol, like, wee. You know I'm going to run around like an animal. You're gonna rave with some kids? No, it's a rave, bro. It's 21 plus. They're not letting the kids in the Dave & Buster's. Also, I don't really see kids in Dave & Buster's very much. You gonna play DDR? I don't play DDR. I don't have rhythm. I don't fuck with rhythm games. You got tickets? One of my friends knows like an organizer, so he guest listed us in Brooklyn. Yeah, it's like a Brooklyn Dave & Buster's. So, but yeah, I really hope my signal holds up. But I think that'll be very fun IRL content. You guys can see my best arcade game is the basketball one, which I've been told that's not a real arcade game. Well, whatever, fuck you. What would culture say? LeBron. LeGoat. Hi, Red Dragon. I love the basketball one. Thank you. Endurance performance. That's how you shoot. No, I shoot like this. It's the gay wrist. No. I don't know, bro. I don't know. You're closer to 30 than 21. Stay home, old woman. Oh my God. I didn't realize once I hit 25, I had to kill myself and be depressed. Like how you guys feel. Sorry, I'm still, young and hot and enjoying life. You got called old, LMAO. It's so interesting too. The weird dudes that will call women who are 25 and up old on the internet, a lot of times they're like older than us. Because sometimes I see those comments and I click on their profile and I'm like, this dude is like 42. And he's like I saw this one that was like, who was it? It was like calling like Valkyrie old or something. She's like 30. And then like I clicked on the comment, I'm like, this dude looks like he's on the verge of having grandchildren. Well, not actually, because no one would ever fuck someone like that. But like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, crazy. You have a shot? Oh my God, don't call me Leonardo DiCaprio's girlfriend. Called old by a woman at 25, double standard. Well, age is also perspective, right? So it's like, of course, a 25-year-old is old to a 19-year-old. But that's why I'm saying it's like, it's a very comical hypocrisy when like these old people are calling people younger than them old just because they're sad. But no, like I always tell you guys, like my mom she was literally doing this when I was at home. My mom is 70 and she was like, oh, this kid I have, one of my patients, the kid is 56 years old. Like, and we literally had to talk about it. I was like, can you stop calling people that are old enough to be my parent a kid? Because like your stories confuse me. And she's like, a 56-year-old's a kid to me, Serena. Like I technically could have given birth to a 50. I'm like, oh God, it just doesn't make sense in my brain. But yes, I can. What do you mean? Bye, Manic. What's her profession? My mom's an acupuncturist. Oh, thanks, EG. Your mom had you at 50, 44. Indeed. A 56-year-old is a kid. Yeah, she has this patient who always bakes her fresh bread. She was telling me about him, and she called him a kid. And I tried some of that bread. It was bomb. It was really good bread. Good for him, I guess. He knows how to cook. You're all kids. Well, I feel like we're all always kids. Like, you know, every year I feel more like an adult, but I feel like I'll always, like, somewhat feel like a child. And I feel like that's normal. You know, I've talked to, like, very successful old people, and they're like, you know, I don't fully have it figured out. Like, I'm just living. I'm like, yeah, bruh. That is how it is. It is what it is. 56 would be your grandparent in Vietnam. Well, all my grandparents are dead. And if my youngest grandparent was alive, she would be 98. So, but no, I mean, could a 56-year-old have me as a grandchild? Sure, technically, but then, like, people are having kids pretty fast. Does she reject Western medicine? No, my mom is for Western medicine too. She just thinks that, like, Western and Eastern medicine both have their spaces. They both have their situations, which I agree with. And yeah, I mean, she has a lot of friends who are, like, doctors, like Western medicine doctors, and, like, they'll recommend patients to her for a certain issue. She'll send them, her patients to them for a certain issue, all that. Hi, Dilly. He calls me Chew. I call Dilly Chew. My grandma would have been that age too. Yeah. So I never really got, like, I mean, the only grandparent I had somewhat of a relationship with was my grandma, who died when I was 20. And she lived into her 90s. So, but I still wouldn't say, like, we weren't, like, not close, but we weren't super close. It is, like, kind of in the middle, I guess. But I feel like I've never had, like, that grandparent-child relationship before. Like how some people, like, they're, like, ride or die for their grandparents. I've never had anything like that before. Oh, my heart can't handle that yet. Oh my God, Bach. Okay, I'm gonna go get more juice. I have, like, a nice little Trader Joe's juice. I'll be right back. Oh, I'm also gonna pee real quick. Give me a second. I got him. It's so cute. Even just when I go to the bathroom, he's like, Mommy, where are you going? I'm like, oh, my child loves me. How nice. Ask her if the stone came out. I haven't had a kidney stone in a while, okay, you know? I'm eating Olive Garden parcels right now. When's the next chain review? I was thinking, you know how I did, like, the Olive Garden review, right, guys? Like, Lychee tries Olive Garden. I need to make a video of that. Honestly, I didn't think Olive Garden was that good. There were highlights of it for sure, but I thought it was very fun. Like, just the fact that I've never tried so many of these chain restaurants. Should I try? I want to try Chili's next, because now that the recession is here, you know, the fact that everyone is going back to Chili's, that's a huge recession indicator. And I hear everyone making, like, horny ass edits of the Chili's triple dipper. Arby's, please? No, but no one actually goes to Arby's, right? Like, Arby's is totally like a drug front or some shit. Like, have you ever seen a person in an Arby's? I've never, you know? You can start the, like, that's not even fun. But Chili's, like, so many of you guys have probably had it before. I just want to know what the fuck they're talking about this triple dipper thing. Why is Chili's a recession indicator? Well, as an economist. So I think it's a recession indicator because, you know, they have this thing called the triple dipper, which is where you can get like 3 kind of like appetizer type things with 3 different types of dips. And it's incredibly economic, right? Like it's like a food hack type thing. And, you know, a couple years ago when things were doing better, you didn't hear about no one going to get the Chili's triple dipper. Tell me why, as someone who doesn't even follow this type of content. I literally have people making like horny like cum edits of the Chili's triple dipper. Like this dude made like this fucking like insane edit of him like almost like orgasming while biting into the mozzarella stick that you get at Chili's for the triple dipper. So I'm like, and you know everyone and people were even saying that like, oh yeah, like we're poor now, like everything's expensive, it's time, you can't get fucked up at a real bar anymore, you can go get fucked up on like the margs at Chili's, all that. So I'm just like, that, like I'm saying it a joking way, but like, okay, that's kind of a recession indicator. Like, no, yes, no, come on, you get what I'm saying, right? I remember watching a CNBC video about the triple dipper. Seems like the triple dipper has much cultural prominence. I feel like I could just DoorDash it too. I don't even have to go to a Chili's. Do they have Chili's here? I did Google that. They do have them in New York. Yeah. Bruh. You gotta moan for views, especially in food content. Yeah, it's just like food wars every day and stuff. They don't put any alcohol in their margs. Well, I wasn't gonna try the marg because from what I've been seeing, their margs are like fucking, they're like sweet Sour Patch Kids flavored, and like you guys know I don't fuck with sweet alcohol. Like drinking a drink like that, like I can already feel the migraine that I'm gonna have for the entirety of the next day. Like, yeah, you don't, like if you don't want a hangover, you don't drink, you don't mix alcohol and sugar. Separate, fine. Not together, so I would not drink one of those. Food Wars was crazy. Yeah, I've only ever seen clips of Food Wars. I never actually watched it or anything. Because every time people be like, watch Food Wars, why don't you watch Food Wars? And then I look up a clip of food. Yeah, it's just someone being like, oh, I made tonkatsu. And then someone's like, oh my god, I want to stick my ochinchin in that tonkatsu. And then they come. And then I'm just like what part of this was supposed to like appeal to me? I don't get it, you know? The food guy I watch pretends to get kicked out of every restaurant he's trying. Interesting. It was good in college. That's basically a show. Does beatboxes and buzzballs count as alk sugar? Yes. And that's why I don't drink beatboxes and I don't drink buzzballs. During COVID, me and my friends used to drink a lot of buzzballs because like our local liquor store had a lot. And this was back when you could only hang out in very small groups. My friend's house had a pool and a hot tub. So we had this routine. We'd go buy a few buzzballs, chill by the pool, whatever. And we'd always be like, yes, it's a woman-owned business. Let's buy some buzzballs. But I always fucking hated those buzzballs. The coffee one is okay. If I had to drink one, I'd drink the coffee one. Mustache is yay or nay? In my own personal opinion, like what I am attracted to, usually no. I think if they're really well taken care of, and I think if the person has the right face for it, like the mustache beard combo can be fine. Like the example I always give, like when like Zayn Malik from One Direction, when he had like the beard, but like it's like very trimmed down, very like well kept. Like it looked good on him. I can say that. But not usually my type, but you know, some people like that. But I'm not like used to like hair that much. I think, you know, I'm more of like a dolphin. I was gonna try and make a dolphin sound, but then I decided to stop myself in the tracks of doing that, you know. Women-owned businesses. Anime characters orgasming eating really good anime food. Yeah, maybe not. You're not a dolphin. I am a dolphin. Who the fuck are you to tell me what I can be, culture? Prove it. No, that's not very dolphin. Oh, that made Oliver look. Do a dolphin sound point resume. I'm just gonna try and do. Well, I lost my voice, so it's extra hard. No. Why do I keep sounding like a cat? No matter what I fucking do, I just sound like a cat by default. Because, like, I just am around cats all the time. Right, Mommy just starts to sound like you, little Nug. Silly Nug. Like a creaky metal bed frame. Yeah, it's like what it sounds like when poor people have unrhythmic sex. That was very cruel of me to say. Don't know where that came from. Dolphins are criminals. Yeah, no, they're not the most ethical creatures. Is the sub discount still going on? Is it still 35% off 10 or more right now? Why are you thinking about poor people's sex? Because poor people are people. It's done? Aw. I was about to say let's try and at least get to our daily sub goal. Because there's a discount. But now there's no discount. But let's still try and get to it. Hee hee hee. You know, this actually reminds me of one of my anthro classes during college, right? Like, we read this life story about these super poor Filipino farmer people. It was super interesting. It was super dark. And they had, like, a bajillion children, as, you know, a lot of rural people tend to. And this guy raised his hand and he asked my professor, he was like, if they're so poor, why do they keep popping out babies? And, like, why do they keep, you know, doing this? And then my teacher was just like, you know, she said the very obvious answer. And she was like, they're poor, activities cost money, life is hard, sex is free. And I'm just like, yerp, indeed. Colin Dan Clancy, reinstate it. Sex is free. Yeah, but that child you pop out and, like, are taken care of is not free. That's for sure. But, you know. Hot tubs S tier, whether that be for vacation or a third date. I've never been on a date in a hot tub. That's interesting sounding. My bangs keep separating. I mean, I've, like, been in many hot tubs with my friends and stuff. Children come with tax credits, though, but do they in the Philippines? I don't really know much about their law. But yeah, subs. Hee subs. We're poor. Hee. Hi, Mason. How's it going? The consequence of sex is not free. They do in Vietnam now. I can see that. Yeah, there was, dude, someone remind me what country this was. It was one of the Islamic countries, pretty much. I think it was somewhere in Indonesia. Some, like, lawmaker dude was he was, like, governing over this region, and he put in this very controversial law. And essentially what it was is he said for all the poor families that he was governing, he was like, if the men in those families get a vasectomy, he gives them, like, some sort of tax credit or, like, a check, like a payout or something. And, you know, obviously he's doing this because he's like, I'm trying to, you know, lift this region out of poverty. I want poor people to have less children, so it drags them down less. But he's not making the guys get the vasectomy, but, like, you only get the payout if you get the vasectomy, right, for married men. And it was very contentious for a lot of people. They were like, no, that's not okay. You can't make them do that. But I'm like, I mean, I think it's kind of a good idea. Where is this? It's somewhere in Indonesia. Booking a flight right now. Why? You're going to get money for a vasectomy? No, it's only if you're a married man, bro. Like a married... They're not just going to give you a vasectomy and some money. Title... is not that different from rich areas. Well, he governs over a poor area, so. And also, like, rich people can afford to have kids. Like, his goal is to bring this region out of poverty. Wealthy people can take care, like, having a kid doesn't put as much of a strain on them financially and in their upward mobility as it does for, like, you know, a very poor family who already has a lot of kids. So, yeah. Hi, Arv. So you can only get if you're married. Yeah, I believe so, especially because, like, you know, in most more religious countries, right, premarital sex is not as common. Facing population collapse. Well, the solution to that is not to make people have more children that they cannot afford and that live in abject poverty. But, yeah, you know, vasectomies, get the snip snip. I actually don't know anybody with a vasectomy. But I feel like in a lot of ways it seems very logical. Paying the women to have abortions. Well, that's a little more extreme, right? First of all, if I had to guess, I would not think abortion is legal in a Muslim country. I haven't looked at Indonesia's abortion laws, but I would assume. But second, it's like, you know, an abortion means that you've already conceived, right? But a vasectomy is preventative. Like there is no conception, there is no fetus, baby, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. That's why in most strict religions still, like, preventative contraception is still allowed. Hi, Alec. How are you doing? I love all the descriptive words. It's very fun. I wouldn't feel whole without my potency, even though having a kid would ruin my life. What do you mean whole without your potency, bro? Like, you're still, when you get a vasectomy, like, you're still shooting. You're just shooting blanks. And that's fine. There's no way it's legal in Indo. I agree, totally. Mouth to feed. You can get it back, bro. Yes, that's another thing. So vasectomies, like, I think they're, like, they sound very scary, which is understandable because, like, it's a procedure near your dick or on your dick. But, yeah, they're completely reversible. So it's not uncommon for men to, like, get vasectomies just because they're trying to fucking go raw and go crazy. And then, like, when they're ready to actually have a child, you just go and you get the vasectomy reversed. And then you're not shooting blanks no more. Aw, thanks, Alec. Yes, I trust you with that. Do something right and offer money to men to get vasectomies. The current administration can't do anything right to create. You know that. Thank you, EG. Yeah, I'm posting more clips, guys. I'll drop my YouTube. Or not clips on YouTube, like segments. That's why I've been trying to be more organized with my segments of, like, topics we talk about. Because that's, like, a popular Twitch format. You know, you just take 10, 15 minutes of your VOD, of your stream, where you're talking about something in, like, an organized manner. And then, you know, you turn it into, like, a little YouTube video. Can't women just get all IUDs? That's way more invasive. Way more invasive. Because, I mean, you know, generally speaking, things that have to do with women's reproductive systems versus men's are always more invasive because ours are internal, right? Your guys are external. IUD sounds so scary to me. I would never get an IUD. I hear it's a 50-50, but, like, half the people I know with IUDs, they're like, oh, it wasn't too bad, didn't feel much pain. And then I know other girls that literally, like, I have a friend who blacked out from how horrifically painful an IUD was. And I'm like, that is the worst sounding thing I've ever heard. Like it was so painful, like, she blacked out. Like, her body, like, literally turned off because it was so insane. I'm like, yeah, I'm never getting an IUD, dude. I'm using CRISPR on my kid. Gonna make him perfect build to replace LeBron. You're gonna father LeBron. You're gonna father the next LeBron James. It's pretty crazy, dude. Posture check. You can't just let me sit in a ball comfortably. Like, some people just like sitting in balls. God. When their balls are hit, oh, please. Don't make me test it on you. Putting me would freak me out. There's the arm thing, though. The arm thing, birth control, is called Nexplanon. And they actually are in a couple different lawsuits last time I checked because it detached and went up some women's bloodstream. So, yikes. My B, sit the comfy way. No, it's okay, MD. You don't want me to be happy. I get it. Stay away more. Basically, AIM can have a kid, even two dudes. I mean, is that widely accessible, though? Where's the knees for free guy? Dude, these fetishes are getting out of control, man. Like, I don't know. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, you should. Like, this, I was checking, like, my, like, hidden DMs, which I only do once in a blue moon. And, like, look at this. You know, I just post a selfie. Yes. Armpit. Heart. Like, God. It is. I can't escape in any way from, like, the depravity of the internet. Like, what is happening? The armpit fetish thing is weird to me. Feet are out. Like, pits are in. I'm actually so serious about this. I'm sorry for saying that. Was that you? It's fine. I mean, I thought it was funny. I don't care. But, like, it's not like it's, like, because it's just an armpit. But, like, it's just so comical. I'm like, where are we now, dude? Where are we? Like, what's going on? Forgive me. Knees aren't the thing. Well, I don't know. I feel like eventually people are going to run out of, like, things to fetishize. You know. Men never have a fetish for therapy. Seriously. Like, get them in there. You know? You had one photo where you blurred the pit. Yes, I was actually wearing this dress during it. Because, like, I was just being silly with it pretty much. Like, because in obvious other photos where I'm wearing tank tops or sleeveless, you can see my armpits. Yeah. I fetish is when, I don't know. I feel like when people come up with these fetishes, what they do is they choose like the most random, like niche parts of the body. Like it might be like an elbow next or like a shoulder or like, oh, tailbone. Spine fetish. Hi, Ternendo. Feel one shaved and the other one furry. Interesting. Bye, EG. Thank you so much for coming. A soul fetish. That's, yeah. Me too, man. Someone with a beautiful soul gets the coochie going. Well, that is a factor. On a bender, I'm glad for you. Not tailbone, the other bone. Hi, Justin. Your Japanese pun. Was this your pun? I've heard so many people say this, but you can have partial credit. Aw, thank you, EG. I feel excited. The debate stream? Yes, I will. I have a humiliation fetish. I joined a Discord where I had to post an armpit pic of myself to get access to the armpit channel. You know what? I actually like that. First of all, what fucking Discord are you in that has an armpit channel? Second of all, I do like that they made you post your armpit. Because that's fair, right? Like, you should not be able to abuse the armpit channel unless you are also a contributor to the armpit channel. What are you on tonight? Just vibes. Just vibes. W partial credit. Yes. I won't dox her. No, it's fine. It's fine. Is this not a public armpit channel, dude? Like, what? Oh, speaking of which, I'm gonna follow my Insta. I think I posted an old pic today because I didn't have anything to post. But I think you can see. Can you see my armpits in this? Here, let's look. Ah, that's me. Wait, why is it still me? Wait, oh shit, sorry. Wrong monitor. Wrong monitor. I'm dumb. I don't know technology or whatever. You know, is there pit in this? Let me go to the next one. I think this is a good picture though, but I feel like the outfit is really basic. That's why I like never posted this and this is like months old, but then I didn't have anything left to post. Okay, see? Yeah, look, apparently I'm doing, someone told me I'm doing a lot of fan service lately because my armpits are always out lately. I'm like, am I? Am I fan servicing a lot lately? I didn't realize that. Follow my Instagram though. Wait, is it command Instagram? Who made these commands? Me. There you go. But yeah, and then I've had multiple people comment. They're like, you have really nice armpits. I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, what do your guys' armpits look like? You know? I don't even know. One thing I did fuck with these pictures, though, is like, y'all see that right there? You can see my ab line from the side. I'm like, okay. Okay, I see you, bitch. And like, I have more abs now than I did back when these pictures were taken in like February or March or something like that. Good day. But yeah, see, you know, I covered the armpits in the first photo because I was like, you know, keep it a little demure, keep it a little pitless. But yes. No, you mean no more cut content, Ternendo? Yeah, sad. Interesting. Go for armpit enthusiast. Does armpit hair increase or decrease the value of the pic? I would probably guess, since people have like this expectation of women to be hairless, that like people usually wouldn't want armpit hair, but I don't care if people shave their armpits. That whole like body hair argument was always very weird to me, because people are like, oh my god, it's so disgusting when women don't shave their armpits. I'm like, it's not your armpits, bro. Like, people don't exist for you. Like, you can have a preference, but like, it's not like you're talking about like a random stranger, not even the person you're dating. Better now, using natural deodorant. I have started going back to epilating, which is very painful, but it's nice because once you epilate, you're hair free for a very long time. It's nice. Is male armpit hair an ick? So my personal opinion on male armpit hair is it depends how much. I don't care if a guy has some armpit hair. I have like dated a guy who fully shaved it before though, and I did like how that looked, to be honest. But I just don't like when it's crazy. Like when it's like wily or some shit. Like if they lift up their armpits like sticking out everywhere. But if it's just like kind of like, you know, flush to the armpit, sure, that's fine. But at the end of the day, you know, do whatever you want. Don't live for other people. Hippie chicks are still fine with hairy pits. Well, I think another thing is too, like men who don't shave their armpits. Also, like in photos, fun fact, secret, in photos where like I guess I've shaved in every photo I've taken, but in ones where like maybe it's like there's a little bit of a shadow coming back, I edit it and I just like edit out any shadow or anything like that. But yeah, I don't think a lot of men realize it's like if you actually have ever shaved your underarms, it's like it's difficult to manage, right? Because you have to wait till it grows back a little bit to shave it again. It's not like the second you see a hair that's like a billionth of a millimeter long, you could shave it again because it's too short. So you have to, so there's always like this middle period, you know? Women growing a mustache is too much. Well, most women can't even grow a mustache. You know? What about a man with neatly braided armpit hair? Imagining like milkmaid braids on it. No, I wouldn't be into that, but once again, like, do whatever you want with your own body. Who give a fuck? My armpits stink. You should put on some deodorant, bro. What about chest hair? I do not like chest hair personally. I didn't, you know, I'm not like a, yeah. But I've never dated anyone with chest hair before. Ever. Even people who have, it's interesting, like sometimes people can have like facial hair, but they won't have chest hair. It's kind of random. Can't grow body hair except for legs. Classic Asian man. That's like all Asian men. They only have hair on their calves. Not even their thighs, just their calves. Which is nice. But then all their calves are so fucking hairy. I'm like, holy shit. It's insane. A man shaved his chest but not his happy trail. I would just be confused. Like, you're already there shaving. Like, why don't you just shave that too? You know? The chest hair shows through the t-shirts. Well, my roommate was watching this YouTube video talking about like what women find attractive, and it was, you know, so varied, which I appreciated. But one thing that some women said that they found attractive, which is crazy because it's like the complete opposite of what I would find attractive, is they're like, oh, it's so hot when like a guy's chest hair pokes through like the top of his shirt or like through the fabric, all that. And then for me, I'm like, no. But, you know, just proof that, like, you know, people's types are all over the place. So, yeah. And then it was interesting that something that we both noted, because they interviewed women of, like, different, like, economic classes, like, different walks of life, whatever. And the women who really fucked with that chest hair thing that I just said were women who are from, like, more blue-collar environments and grew up more blue-collar, and then women who grew up more white-collar and are from more white-collar environments, which would, like, be me, for example, were, like, not loving that. So there was a trend that, like, women who are from more blue-collar environments, which is, like, more, like, manual labor, stuff like that, they liked men who are more, like, you think of, like, the very classically masculine look. Like, they're like, yeah, the chest hair or calluses on his hands, or things like that. Just date a gorilla at that point. Damn, you didn't have to do them like that. But yeah, it was interesting. Oh yeah, if you see me IRLing wasabi, say hi. You Vietnam, I am the country of Vietnam. I am the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. Sorry. I didn't sweat at all. Yeah, a lot of the dudes I've dated have like that sweat gene. So I haven't had that much experience with like bad male armpits. So that's nice. What is it called again? What is that sweat gene called? Okay, yeah. ABCC11 gene is this gene that means that your body odor has 0 scent. It originates in Korea, but I've met, you know, people of other neighboring countries who also have that gene. That's why, like, you see, like, oh my god, you never see any deodorant here. Or no deodorant there at all. I wish I had it. Yeah, really I've only met, like, Korean, Chinese, Japanese, and I know a few Vietnamese people with it. but not everyone. I would say though for Viets, like our sweat is still like less pungent than I think most people's, but it's not like zero. Whereas like people who have that gene, it's crazy. Like the strongest example of it was like my last college boyfriend. Like he could come back from practice and be drenched, like dripping in sweat and just nothing. Like it just smelled like water. It was crazy. I was like, that's so fucking cool. Good for you. Rose just glazing her own race. I don't have that gene. I mean, like I said, I feel like my sweat's relatively mild in smell probably compared to most people, but it's not literally zero. Because, like, you know, Korea, Vietnam, it's pretty far away. You know, I don't think most Vietnamese people have that gene, honestly. It's hard to find deodorant in Japan. It's not a normal thing everyone buys. Yes, literally. Like, I remember I was on a trip with my friends, and I was with friends who both have that gene. And, like, we were about to go outside to go do some shit, and it was, like, 100 degrees outside. So, like, I'm just getting ready, you know, putting my hair up, changing, all that. And I put on deodorant, and my friend literally goes, she's like, ew, why are you putting on deodorant? And I'm like, we're about to walk into 100-degree weather. And she's like, so weird. Who even uses that? And I'm just like, damn, bitch. Crazy. I bet you smell nice. Thanks. I think I smell decent. Hi, dweeb. Smells worse if you're stressed out. Interesting. I mean, I think I would guess, though I haven't done much research into like BO, that like a lot of it also is diet related. And I think I have a pretty clean diet. So I think that probably like helps my cause a little bit. I don't know. You know. Couples last longer if they enjoy each other's scent. Well, I always say this, but you know, fun fact about pheromones and incest. Oh no, it always somehow gets back to incest somehow during the stream, lol. Is that, you know, people you're related to smell more similarly to you. You guys have more similar pheromones. So there's like something in our brain that is more off-put by smells that smell similar to us, right? Because that's like this evolutionary thing trying to tell us like, hey, they could be related to you. Like, don't have a child with them because that kid won't have good genetic diversity and it'll be weak. So yeah, diet plays a part indeed. Careful about eating garlic. Ugh, I love garlic though. I mean, I feel like I said, I've been told I smell good and I eat a lot of garlic. I think it's just like about eating like, you know, like a balanced diet, bro. Hi, Skippy. Hydrate. Cheers. Gotta do our Whole Food shopping. Well, when I say eat a lot of Whole Foods, I don't mean like the grocery store Whole Foods. I think like when I say I have like a Whole Foods diet, it more means like you don't eat that much processed stuff. Like you eat a lot of whole foods. Aw, thank you so much for the biddies. Thank you, thank you. Remember guys, we're still crowdfunding bits for my new PC DSLR. So thank you for donating. Skippy, if any of you guys want to donate, this will help so you can see me in HD. We will no longer stream on a webcam. I will be here staring into your soul in 4K. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but yeah. Whole solid ingredients, yeah, like things that aren't processed or like mixed with other things. About the grocery store, when someone says Whole Foods diet, some people do. Oh, okay, also he capitalized whole and foods. So the capitalization made me want to think about it. Trader Joe's, I love Trader Joe's. I'm so sad that there's like no good Trader Joe's near me. It's like sometimes when I'm passing by, I'll get it, but then I'm still on foot. So it's difficult to bring a lot of stuff back. 1,000 euros, things are in natural state and unprocessed. Exactly. I hate Trader Joe's. They don't have Trader Joe's in your country, bitch. So stop trying to be a Trader Joe's anti. Wegmans is the best. Yes. What borough are you in? I'm just not going to answer that, you know, yeah. Fuck Trader Joe's. Please. I miss being in Seattle. I could walk to the Trader Joe's. I would walk up the local Trader Joe's, the Cap Hill Trader Joe's. You know, the crackhead out in front would be like, oh, cute pants, girl. I'd be like, thank you. Like, I'll buy you like a bottle of water on the inside. I'd go in, I have my headphones in, I'd get my shit, and then I'd meander home. Staten Island. That's like not even New York City. LOL. Come here, Bubba. What? Oh, he doesn't want to sit on me. Should I make a steak? I was thinking about making a steak on stream because I haven't, like, eaten dinner yet. She doesn't have the accent. Well, I'm not even from New York. I just live here. I'm from the DMV. That's fire. Okay, I might make a steak. I might switch to mobile and we'll make a steak. Necklace looks good. Thank you. I'm down to watch you make a steak. Yeah, I have a lot of meat from my mother. Make a steak and send me some. Okay, I'll mail it in an envelope. Staten Island has more attractions than the Bronx. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not super familiar with Staten Island. I'm gonna be for real. I mean, like, I usually just, like, stay in the city where there's, like, things to do. What kind of steak do you have? I have a petite filet mignon. So it's a very small filet mignon. That type of steak you make wouldn't appeal to me. Why? Why are you hating on my steak skills already? Yeah, you can't even make fun of Staten Island. You just got here. I wasn't making fun of it. I just said, like, I don't be going to it. There's probably not much for me to do there. Hi, baseball. Oh, thanks. Pete Davidson is from Staten Island. Only thing I think about Pete Davidson is I think about when he comes up is the 9/11 thing. And then I think about how people talk about that he is just, like, apparently, like, slinging the craziest amount of schlong on earth. And I'm just like, Pete's massive cock. Yes. That and the Hunter Biden thing. Do you guys remember the Hunter Biden thing? Like, Hunter Biden, like, a video of him, like, leaked, like, doing, like, coke with prostitutes. And then, like, the Republicans were like, because they were, like, trying to shit on Biden. And they were like, haha, look at this. Like, his son's a drug addict. But then, like, he was naked in the video. And then all people could talk about was that apparently he's packing, like, a fucking baseball bat. So, like, the half of the commentary was just, like, drugs, yeah, whatever. Anyways, did you guys see the fucking missile he has down there? I'm just like, oh, America is so unserious, bro. We are so unserious. Hunter Biden type, I don't even know what Hunter Biden looks like. I've never seen his face to my memory in my life. The big three of cock controversy. Yes, the holy trinity of cock controversy. Oh my god, the Drake thing. I forgot about that. That's America's cock. Oh my god, please. Crazy. Yeah, what does Hunter Biden look like? Should I just Google this just so I know what he looks like? My type, bro. He's 55. Damn! Actually, I guess that makes sense because Joe is quite old. I don't know why I expected Hunter Biden to be like 35 or something like that. Probably your dad. What? Hunter Biden looks like my father? My father looks like a 70s serial killer. That's like the only way I can describe him because people always ask that. He acts like a kid. Yeah, I know nothing about him. All that. Howdy. Hi, Romeo. That's close to Biden. No, Biden doesn't. Young Biden looked like a handsome New Jersey Guido. Not a 70s serial killer. Why 70s? Because 70s serial killers, they had a very specific look to them. And also, that's what I think when I see, like, pictures of my father when he was quote-unquote young in the 70s. He wasn't even that young in the 70s, because he's old as shit. He was, like, in his 30s or something. Yeah, I think he was, like, in his 30s. But a lot of people are into that look, you know? I guess my mom was enough to marry him, despite him having an awful personality. Not that she knew that then. But yeah, I mean, like, think about, like, the Ted Bundy trials. We've all consumed a lot of content on that. Like, it's incredibly sick, but, like, women were lining up to be in Ted Bundy's courtroom because they were so obsessed with him and they thought he was so attractive. Like, that's insanity. But they were, like, writing him, like, love letters in jail. Yikes indeed. It's, like, sick. Hi, GU. What is the worst 70s serial killer? Jeffrey Dahmer? Yeah, that one's pretty bad. Generation. I wish I had that kind of serial killer emotion. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. It's I feel like beauty, especially for men, maybe in my mind, like, has changed so much over, you know, the decades and everything. Like, I think, like, a beautiful woman, like, the standards have stayed relatively similar, but, like, I don't know. think about like the men they thought that were really hot in the 70s, or like how people thought Ted Bundy was hot, and now think about people are like Jungkook from BTS, right? Like beauty state changes so much for men that like when I look at pictures of all these old ass dudes, and my mom will be like, "Oh my god, he was such a heartthrob in the back in the day." I'm like, "Ew." Like I'm just like my brain is not like generationally attuned to whatever she's saying. Or like how people are like horny for John Lennon. I'm like, John Lennon? What? Like what did you guys even see? I don't know. He's kind of giving Henry Cavill, LOL. You want them vibes? I know. It reminds me of that Japanese killer girl that was too pretty and men sent her letters. Yeah. There's like this Japanese girl. Who did she murder? She like murdered her boyfriend. And then there's like pictures of her covered in blood and all that. And people are like, oh, she's just too pretty to actually be a killer. It's like, whatever. John Lennon is a legend, bro. It's aura. I know it's aura, but like, I don't know. I just don't. For me, like, even if someone has like crazy aura, like, if I don't find them like generally it's difficult. Has changed. It's so weird to look back. It is so weird to look back. But it's also very cool. And it makes me wonder, like, where it is headed, like, where it's going. I can't imagine at all where it's going. But okay, I'll do steak time in a little bit. Nothing will surprise me. Still, though, sometimes it is a little surprising. But yeah. Still probably pull women today. Reynolds? Who's Reynolds? You're not talking about Ryan Reynolds, right? Because he would be too young for the 70s. I mean, was he even alive in the 70s or something like that? Hey, Big Boy and Olive, say hi. They're both taking nappies here. I don't know. Yeah. My mom literally has a photo of John Lennon in our house because, like, that was, like, her crush back then. And I'm like, Mom, you know, just because John Lennon maybe had yellow fever doesn't mean he's going to pick you. I'm kidding. Burt Reynolds, you got to know him. Why would I know who a 70s sex symbol? This goes back to it. This is how I know, like, this chat, I guess just because, like, the way I speak, like, airs on the older side compared to most Twitch chats, which is fine. I don't want to hang out with a bunch of, like, fucking 13-year-olds or anything. But we were playing this game where you guys were, like, saying names of, like, male celebrities and then, like, asking me if I thought if they were personally attractive to me. And, like, I was pulling their photos up on screen. And, like, tell me why, like, half of the first ones people suggested, like, these dudes were, like, alive during the Cold War. They're like, oh, do you find fucking, like, you know, the first Habsburg emperor hot? You don't know who that is. You weren't alive during that time. Pish posh. Everyone knows that. And I'm just like, oh, my God, you guys are showing me, like, people that were born during, like, the Industrial Revolution or some shit. I love when chat asks you if a man is attractive and you search up a geriatric man nearing death. No, seriously. Yeah. Like, it's like all black and white photos. And I'm just like, and then they're like, okay, search up the young version of him. And then usually I don't even find the young version attractive. Cause like I said, like, you know, like beauty standards change so much. And like, that is not my era or anything. Smokey and the Bandit. I have no idea what that is. People used to look older. They don't have all the chemical shit in their food that messes with testosterone and estrogen. Yeah, I always wondered why people looked older. Like, when you saw high school photos of, like, people in, like, the 50s, I was like, why did they look 29? Or some shit. But I was like, you know, maybe they were just put into, like, an inner city sweatshop or something. Like, people were back then. That aged them, you know, dude? Like, that would age anybody, right? Do you find Abraham Lincoln attractive? Just because I said the Lincoln Memorial is the best place to orgasm, just because someone asked me where's the best place to orgasm in America and I made a joke, does not mean that I actually find Abraham Lincoln sexually attractive. You find Jesus Christ attractive? You know, from my knowledge, the actual Jesus was based, and he was like a socialist icon or whatever. So, you know, beautiful soul, I guess, or whatever. Who next? They're gonna be like, you're gonna start naming prophets. Do you like if I find them attractive? Literally. Fans human form. So you're saying you're Christian? We all know I'm a godless woman. Come on, bro. Don't even be silly here. Amen, sister. I'll find Frank Sinatra. Look up a photo of him under 60. Oh, here we go again. Okay. Frank Sinatra. Like I said, styling. Okay, styling is like so much of attractiveness. And like, you know, it's different nowadays. All right, let me crop this shit real quick. I kind of like his mugshot. No, what does that say about me? I like it. I actually kind of like the coif and the hair. This is the same hair that like fucking Asian men who will gaslight you have nowadays in our modern era. It's pretty crazy. You know, the coif over with a few loose strands. Yeah, he's attractive, I guess. I'm not like attracted to him though, but like I can recognize that he's an attractive man. But like I said, I mean, I wasn't born during the Cambrian explosion. Like I'm not thinking about Frank Sinatra. Do you take Sir Madame? Calder, just tell me what to Google. Who gaslight you? Leonard Whiting. He played Romeo and Juliet. If we're gonna play this game again, can you guys tell me to look up people that can't already take out Social Security? Like, can we look up people that are like relevant now instead of like ancient primordial deities? They're not even fun to look like. Is there a story there? Oh, there's many stories. E-Rob. What are you talking about? A Man Without Love, Engelbert Humperdinck. All right. No one with the last name Humperdick is going to be attractive. You know? Ming Dynasty Emperor. What about Joe? What woman is like, oh my God, I'm horny for Joe Road Boy? What? Oh, please. He's a twink in the 70s? Fine. Leonard Whiting's a twink. You've convinced me to look him up. Oh, I remember this guy. No. I don't find him personally attractive. I also wouldn't call this a twink. Just because you're in theater, which means you're gay, doesn't mean you're a twink. He looks like Zac Efron of that era. Like, he looks like, I don't know, like a European, like, Zac Efron. Fornication, I see. Interesting. Leonard Nimoy, you better not. This better not be an old ass motherfucker. I swear to God. Leonard Nimoy. Art. Fuck off. Literally fuck off. I'm never taking your suggestions ever again. Zac Efron is twink. No, he's beefy. I mean, I call everyone a twink though, honestly. So, get this off my screen. You guys aren't even fun to play this game with, you know? Never mind. Is that the dude? Is he from Star Trek? Yeah, he's Star Trek. Right, okay, I recognize that. Nimoy is a babe. To who? Like a closeted man who's probably 88 years old right now? Sean Combs, I don't trust you anymore. You've broken my trust. You've broken my trust. I don't. Hi, Bunny. Malcolm McDowell. Who are these names? Can you guys talk about people that can still get their dick up who aren't rotting in a grave? Like, oh my God, I can't handle this. Cultured, you're younger than me. Like, aren't you like 3 years younger than me or something? Like, I can't handle it anymore. John Jones? Who is that? Al Pacino. You guys are going to start naming like literal ancient humans. Like, do you think like that skeleton that they found in South Africa that dates back to 1.5 million years is hot? I'm mature for my age? Sure. What I just walk into, they're asking me if I think certain celebrities are hot, but they refuse to name, because so much of this chat is old heads. They refuse to name people that aren't 1,000 years old. So they're like, hey, do you think this 40s celebrity's hot? And I'm like, what the fuck? Even the young people are doing that. Alexander the Great. Please. People from chat's childhood. No, you guys are pushing it. Like, I know, like, okay, our biggest age group in here is the 30 to 39 group. Second biggest is 25 to 29. Third biggest is 20 to 25, 18 to 25. There is no way that these people born before electricity, this was your childhood. Hi, stars. Because I don't know many celebrities. That's fair. I want to grab a nugget. Oh my gosh, a little nugget is so cute. Look at this thing. Oh my god, he's so good. You blend in with mommy's dress because you're fat and small. This creature. Male female split. From the last stats I've seen, it's like 85% male. I mean, you know, it's Twitch, right? But that reminds me, guys, fill out the chat census, which is pinned above, where I'm able to get all this chat data from that I just mentioned. We're doing the new census. We do one like every 6 months or so. So, you know, partake in democracy. Are your cat siblings? They are, yes. No one finds those people hot, Requiem. Well, I don't. I'm not looking at who is the cast or any of that. Really? Do you not watch movies that much? Those numbers are crazy high. I don't think it's 15% female. There's like a few people that said they're like non-binary, whatever. Aw, thank you for the donation, Limelight. If that's for the dono goal, it's in bits, so I can just add it manually later. Thank you, thank you. Oliver says thank you. Gaga ba ba ba. He can't speak English, but I think he's thankful in his heart. But now not very often. I want to watch Past Lives. I heard there's a new A24 horror movie. I want to watch that too. To this day, somehow I've still not watched Saltburn. Like, bruh. You see my message? Yes, you said something like hello streamer, something. You can also re-say it again if you want. I'm sorry if I missed part of it. What does long-term open to short-term actually mean on Hinge? Oh my god, yeah, Hinge has crazy descriptions. Like, I think they're saying that they're looking for a long-term relationship, but if you only happen to be looking for like a casual short-term relationship, they're fine with that. Like, they'll take what they can get. Because Hinge also has short-term open to long. Like, you're looking for casual, but if it turns into something serious, you're not like opposed. Who? Texas Miller, who is streaming now? Oh, dude, I don't want to like rate other streamers. I feel like that's like, you can get into like toxic territory with that, you know, and then people are going to get upset at you and everything. Kid from Dune. Yeah, we all love Timmy. Timmy's white boy of the year. I talk about this all the time. Okay, I'll make the steak in a second, but I made the mistake of putting this incredibly adorable fat creature on my lap. And now I feel like he's happy and he's just sitting here. Look, he put a paw on mommy. And now I feel like if I get up, it's evil and it's criminal. Yeah? Is it evil and criminal if mommy gets up? I mean, the real Dune? Yeah, Timothy Chalamet, who plays Paul Atreides. Get up. How could I get up with this princess on my lap? Look at this little thing. He's so cute. You know, would you guys get up if you were on mommy's lap? No, you wouldn't. Aw, thank you for the sub, Yoshi. Thank you, thank you.
10 cheers,
I'll add it to the sub count in a
cheers,
second
lychee 10
when Oliver's
cheers.
off me. He's like holding your arm. I know, because I think when he gets really sleepy, if he gets to that point, what he's going to do is he's going to put his head down on his paw, but then on my arm. I just love how he's like a perfect little ball. So lovely. Funky. You don't get the AOT reference to all your fan? Yes, I know Tatakai means fight. I just didn't feel like addressing
lychee 10 cheers, lychee 10 cheers, lychee 10 cheers.
You think I wouldn't get an AOT reference, bro? I have a fucking Attack on Titan reference tattoo. Man, no one gets it up. The get up part too. Oh, where they're just saying like get up and fight. You know, I remember back in the day when I was still so AOT obsessed. I mean, I still think it's like the best anime. I would like literally go and like just watch like replays of clips of different parts of the show on YouTube all the time. Like the scene rewatch, like so corny, but so fun. Okay, you want to get off mommy's lap because you're a fat little princess. Who's mommy's fatty McFat? You're so fat, all you do is be fat and eat. I think he loves being fat and being rubbed. Okay. I went to kiss him, but I have lip gloss on, so I'm not going to kiss his head. Are there still people, like white people, that make out with their dogs? Are white people still doing that, or like has that stopped? I was thinking about that recently, you know, those people that like tongue the shit out of their dogs. I was like, that's not ethical. Why would you do that? Ugh. You know, they're like, come here, Fido, and they're like, blah, blah, and I'm like, oh, and the dog's like licking their face, and they're just like, or licking their mouth. What? All those people that like let their dogs lick their mouth. Like, it's not right. Let me Google. Because the joke is like, it's always white people. Bro, go, you make your sick. I will, man. My streams are longer nowadays. It'll happen. Yes, like this. Like, oh God, look at this. Look at this. Like this shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's why everyone makes fun of dog owners for this. Because I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with them? And then they thank them for it. Seriously. They're like, yeah, come here, Fido. And then the dog tongues the shit out of them. They're like, you're so good. I'm like, as a lifelong cat person, like, I do not. Oh my God, look, it's a non-white man letting it happen. I guess everyone does it. That's not okay. Oh God. Oh God, okay, wait. There's actually a really disturbing one where the guy opened his mouth. I'm not going to show that. That's very bothersome. See? I've seen all races do that, really. I'm okay as long as the tongue isn't, but why would you want it on your face? Like, sometimes my cats will, like, give me, like, a little quick face lick. And, like, it's not the end of the world, but, like, they never do it on my mouth. They'll do it, like, here. And, I'll still move my face away. And also, the thing about cats is because they have the sandpaper tongue, they're far less slobbery. You know, like, dogs are, like, very, like, their tongues are wet. When a cat licks you, you're not that wet. At least the guy doesn't like it. Well, yeah, it would be a huge problem if he liked it. I feel like sometimes they do like it, though. I've seen a woman lick back. What? White woman final boss. The woman who French kisses her dog back. Holy shit. Cats won't infect you. Cats are literally on average cleaner than dogs. My cat is grooming himself right now instead of licking me. It's very nice. I do appreciate that about cats though, but then it does make them very picky. Like, for example, like if you're gone too long, you don't clean the litter box, they'll like hold their pee, or they'll piss on something else because, like, they're like, oh, I can only use a clean bathroom. But, like, I respect that. And I get it. Because you can see dogs are doing it with such love. I mean, cats do it with love, too. But it's just a lot, you know. You can have boundaries and everything. Horse girls are worse. Oh, totally. Like the scale of, like, weird, incesty animal interactions are horse people, dog people, and then, like, you never hear about it with cat people. Horse girls, the way they talk about their horses it's something. On making a point redeem where a viewer can suggest a video for you to watch, I'm not opposed to it necessarily. I could test it out for a little bit. It's just like, okay, it's like my main annoyance is that, like, I don't wear headphones while I stream. I can't even hear the music in the background. And then, like, for me to, like, set that up is, like, a little annoying. So, you know. Toxoplasmosis, they eat oil blank, all cats carry it. Yeah, I know, but, like, that doesn't actually hurt anyone. Like, people talk about toxoplasmosis. Like, no one is out here having, like, they're dying from cat brain-eating parasites. Like, all cat owners, we're fine, we're chilling. I've had cats my whole life. Like, my brain is not degrading in my head. Or, I mean, it is, but not because of the toxoplasmosis. Just because of, like, probably my lifestyle. Or something like that. Fair about the headphone thing. Yes. It's that's my main consideration. My others, that sometimes when I used to do, like, video reactions, like, way back in the day, like, when I first started streaming, like, some of the videos are just so dumb that people suggest, and, like, it's not good content, and, like, most people don't even want to watch it. Makes you sterile and chances your behavior, makes you more likely to take risks. The vast majority of women I know own cats, and most of them are not sterile or, like, any of them. It's still not, like, a high chance at all. Like, people talk about that to shit on cats. Like, every single person on earth is insane if they own a cat because the parasite is living in their brain. Like, you're fine. You're chilling. You know. My grandma had cats her whole life, and she popped out 7 babies, bro. She was chilling. Horse girl growing up, I've literally just heard about. I knew a horse girl, but just one, because I'm not from a horse area. Horse girls' obsession with their horses, at least of their many red flags. No, I totally agree with you. It's also their style and their flannels and everything. I told you guys, my roommate, who was in veterinary school, my junior year roommate, she knew a horse girl who would literally, she had a horse cam of the horse in its stable, and she would spend the entire lecture just staring at the horse cam. It was insanity. It was so crazy. And, like, this lecture, it's like it's a whole hour or whatever, and the girl's just, like, not even listening to the lecture, just staring at the horse cam. And I'm like, huh. She's a little sick for that. She's quite sick. Lives in their poop. Yeah, I know, and we're doing fine with it. I don't care if my cats give me toxoplasmosis. I love them. And all bad bitches have cats. They don't lick their owners often. My cats will lick me, but yeah, it's not as often. What are your thoughts on possibility of casual boyfriend-girlfriend relationships? In my opinion, those must lead to marriage or painful breakup. What do you mean casual? Just like it's like not a serious relationship. You're just dating casually. I mean, yeah, it probably will either lead to you guys becoming serious or breaking up and being sad. But I mean, like, I think my general take is like, if you want to be in a casual relationship like that, like just don't become boyfriend, girlfriend, right? Because it's not like you go on one date with someone and then you're immediately boyfriend and girlfriend, right? Like there's like this in-between stage. There's like the talking stage, right? Or like some people, they're just like seeing each other, you know, because they have fun for each other for a time. They enjoy each other's company. But they're not like, they're like, yeah, I know I'm not trying to marry this person. Like, just leave it as is that. Like, don't add the title to it. It's fine. Oh, the world's population is infected. Good. Everyone should have the cat parasite. But yeah, and I think a lot of people have been there at some point in your life. Like, you meet someone, you know, you have like a fun time with them in a dating respect, but you kind of know either because of the place in your life or because of just them as a person, you're like, oh, I can't see this turning to something serious. But I think if that's what you want, it's fine to like keep it chilling and still like see them for a little bit. Just don't let it drag out for like eternity, and be also very honest about where you stand with that. This girl I'm seeing told me she wants to move to Korea in the future, and honestly, I would never see myself doing that. Yeah. So I think that's fine if as long as you guys just like, you know, lay all your cards on the table, so to speak, and be like, hey, like we can enjoy this time. I know, like, I like you, I have fun with you, but, like, I'm not going to do a long-distance relationship in Korea with you or whatever, so that's good. Though, the danger in that, though, is that a lot of times people will still get very attached, which sucks. Even if you tell them, like, yeah, I'm not trying to make this into anything serious, they'll still get really attached, but then they will still agree to a casual relationship. Because they're like, oh, I'd rather have like a little spritz of something than have nothing at all. Which is, yeah, is very sad. But like, I've been in a situation like that before. Like, I told the dude quite early on, or like one or two situations like this, where I'm just like, yeah, like, personally, I can't see myself dating you. But then, like, we would hang out for a little bit, you know, and have like a thing for a while. And like, they'd be like, oh, I'm totally okay with that. And like, on the inside they weren't, but yeah, I guess, you know, I guess some people hope you change your mind. We already did the deed, and then she asked me about boyfriend, girlfriend. I think the chemicals in my brain did the talking, so I need to backtrack. Oh, so you said you were willing to date her when you're not actually willing to date her. Well, that's very bad of you, sir. That's very bad of you. What's a thing? Friends with benefits? Sure, you could call it that, but it's not always that, because I think, like, friends, you know, relationships are so like complicated. I think friends with benefits implies that there's like, for the most part, like basically no romantic feelings. Like it's just like you're friends and you have sex. Maybe there's like a little bit of romantic feelings. But then like people, when they're like just doing like a casual dating thing or a situationship, they might have romantic feelings, right? Like they're not just fucking, like they're probably hanging out, going on dates, talking a lot, but they just don't like the person enough to actually date them. They just like want to be entertained for like a time period. I said in the bedtime, and yeah, I regret it. Oh, like you agreed to date her. Oh yeah, that's pretty fucked, Donbray. You're definitely gonna have to immediately be backtrack on that. A booty call? No, a booty call is just like someone you call over late at night to fuck. There's none of like the emotional stuff as much. Friends with benefits always backfires in my experience. I've never really done that. Like, I don't feel like I've ever had like a actual arrangement with that or anything. But yeah, I mean, in my experience, when I see people who are friends with benefits, that it either deeply backfires or they just end up dating. It's like a 50-50. That's so shallow. I mean, that's fine. You know, not everyone wants like a deep, meaningful relationship at a certain time. Like, I think about when I had one of these, like, what, like 2 summers ago or whatever. And I was very honest. I was like, I don't want a boyfriend right now. I'm not in the place in my life where I want a boyfriend. I also like did not see said person as like boyfriend material, but it's like fun to hang out with, fun to be around, fun to go to festivals with, all that shit. And it was like fun for the time. You know, not every single relationship you ever have to have in your life has to be like the most significant thing on earth. It's just like, it's similar with friendships. Like some of your friendships are incredibly meaningful and deep. And other friendships you might just have like friends or like people that are fun to go out with, but you don't have like a crazy substantial relationship with them. My plan is to tell her I want to be friends without benefits tomorrow and see how she reacts to it. So you just want to be friends, straight up. Yeah. Just tell her quickly. I've had the same friends with benefits for 7 years. Damn, dude. That's like the longest one I've ever heard. That's crazy. God, at that point, are you not tired of each other? I feel like at that point you either date or you're like, I'm bored. It's like once every 3 to 4 months. Okay, I see. So it's just like an occasional hookup. Interesting. That's crazy. It's very casual. We don't speak really otherwise. Interesting. So like you guys will just hit each other up quarterly. It's my once a quarter smash with this person. I mean, if you don't even speak otherwise, you're barely not even friends. That's just like a periodic hookup. Because I think friends with benefits implies that you're also like friends, like your homies, you know? Interesting, Manic. Yeah, that's very sad. That's very sad. Okay, I'm gonna go get my mobile gear and we can go make a steak. Why do I want to make a steak at 11:30 p.m.? I don't know. But I feel like it's time to make a steak. National holiday type shit, yeah. I like saying quarterly because I used to work in corporate, so it's fun to talk about things that are not like professional on like a quarterly basis. You know what I mean? He's getting fucked once a quarter. Hi, Oliver. Oh, I think Oliver wants to play. You guys can't see, but he's sitting on the ground with one of his toys. He's very cute. Front size cuisine, French cuisine. Like a steak? Okay, I don't know. Is a steak French cuisine, bro? I mean, like, we got steak in every culture. The lychee shareholder meeting, LOL. Are we doing that? Oh my god, look, a duck. This is a duck that someone gave me at EDC. I like when people give me random stuff at shows. Okay. Okay, I got it all. Cool. We're gonna skip the 3 a.m. steak. That would be crazy. My caveat with like late night eating is always this. It's like if I make food late at night, I have to stay up and do something productive. Because the whole point of food is like energy, right? So if you just eat and go right to bed, we're wasting that energy and it's just like wasted calories and it's pointless. But like, and it doesn't even have to be something physically like intensive. It just has to be like something. French steak sauce. Ooh. I love a good steak sauce. My mom has like this ghost pepper one at her house. Yum, yum, yum. Ducks. I love ducks. I love eating duck too. I too love when people give me random things at shows. Yes, once I got a banana. A little small banana. Yeah, sometimes raves are really weird. Especially when I first started going to them. I was like, why is everyone high as fuck? And then like someone will just like appear, like materialize in front of you and like smile at you and be like, hey, you want a miniature replica of the Louvre of France? Or you want a glowing duck? And then you take one and then they just like fade into the blackness and like it's like a fever dream. It's just like fever dream ass shit. And then you're like, cool, thanks. And then like you look at your bag the next day and you're just like, huh. Interesting. Where did that come from? I'm a top clipper. Very good. Thank you for clipping. Always trying with more clips. My hair is getting like to the point, guys, where it doesn't even hold my bang wave anymore. Like it wants me to go back to what it truly is, just this. That means it's already getting like long. I need a haircut. Crystal spoon, very nice. I like when I ground score random things at raves. I found a whole ASMR sound tool at a rave once. Ground score. You say ground score when you find something cool on the ground and you pick it up. Okay. Let me flip you guys over to mobile in a second. We're gonna go cook. What should I change my title to? Let me think of something. Woman makes midnight steak. So random. These mics have like such fantastic battery life because they have a charging case, and the charging case has such good battery life. Literally, I haven't charged them once since I used them. Okay, let me change our title, guys. What is a Deems pipe? Midnight steak. Lol. Okay, there we go. The title's I made a steak. Can you get creative for once? No, I'm kidding. I tried ASMR on LSD and Molly. It opened my mind and made me be able to feel the tinglies. It took you LSD and Molly to be able to feel the ASMR tinglies. I feel them just by watching sober, bro. What? You're clearly not built for ASMR. It's a reference, but you won't get. I'm very creative. Okay, then don't tell it to me. Okay. Let me flip us over to mobile. Okay. Can you guys see me now on mobile? Am I at a different angle? Let me know when you guys can see me. I can feel them sober. Yeah, but I notice not everyone feels ASMR like tinglies or whatever. And some people, I feel them on the crown of my forehead. Apparently, it's normal to feel them on your neck, and I'm weird. And all that, yes. Okay, cool. Yay, yay. Let's go make a steak. Wait, ASMR real quick? Phone ASMR? Who wants to watch an unhinged woman make a steak at midnight for some reason? It's probably not even going to be the best steak ever, honestly. I'm really not good at cooking on stream because too many people are watching me. Only 25% of people get ASMR tingles. So the other 75% are inferior is what you're telling me. And we should kill them. Okay, steak time. You guys know Subway takes? Where they go on like the New York subway and they ask people for their hot takes. There's this crazy Subway take that my roommate is saying is now his hot take, which is this. This girl was like, and obviously she doesn't mean this, but this girl was like, I think when a couple adopts like a dog together and they break up, when they break up, they should just kill the dog. And then the dude, like the interviewer was like, that's so crazy. Why would you say that? Are you, that's like saying like, you know, when parents divorce or when a kid goes to the orphanage, they should kill the kid. And she's like, they should kill all orphans. And obviously like it went viral just because it's like an insane thing to say. But I was just like, what? It's all jokes. Like the people on Subway takes are comedians. Like they like find comedians, but yeah. That shit is fake, like female orgasms. Oh my God. Women have never orgasmed. I was actually talking to my friend who be gooning and shit a lot. She's a girl. And thank you, Wando. And she told me that she's like, yeah, bro, I be coming so much because like the women in my family never got to come because like, you know, back in the day, like men never tried to make women come. And then also she's like from like a brown Muslim household. So she's like, I genuinely don't even think anyone in my mom's generation knows like that women even orgasm. And it's just like, she's like, so right now I'm coming for everybody. And I'm like, good for you, girl. Good for you. Okay, I'm going to go piss and then we're going to eat our steak. So here, let me show you. So I have these that my mom gave me. So I'm just going to make one of these. They're called petite filet mignons. So they're very small. All right, give me 1 second. I need to pee. me get my slippers, guys. Okay, I hate walking around without slippers. It feels very weird. Looks yum. Imagine being a man, you tell your homies you masturbate in honor of your great grandfather. Hey, you know, well, no, but the thing is, like, men have always been nutting and shit. Like, they're always the ones who get off. But, like, women getting off has only been now starting to be prioritized in, like, this generation. And hi, Cinna, how are you doing? Cinna-gay. I almost said, yeah. But okay, yeah. I don't think I'm going to make a carb with the rice. Should I? I don't have really any carbs. The only carbs I have are a few rice cakes. Steak and rice cakes. I don't think that makes that much sense. But then I kind of want a carb. Oh, guys, look who it is. You want food? Because you're fat? Come here, little fat boy. All right, I'm going to put the fat boy by his bowl. Is my cat just dumb, or does, like, anyone else's cat, sometimes he needs to be, like, escorted to his food bowl? And I'm like, I think he's just, like, insecure. Also, I'm wearing a shirt, or I'm wearing a dress. I look, like, naked in this light. Okay, let me back up more so it looks more appropriate. He's not fat, just big bone. Well, he's both. Okay, you want more? Damn. Oh, sorry, Alex. Oh, I stepped on his paw and I was going to think I hit him. Oh, yeah, I love you. I'm sorry. I love you. Okay. He's fat and big bone. I'm going to be for real. But that's okay. Like I told you guys, my cat's actually lost weight recently and they're less overweight. He's just a spoiled child. Of course he's a spoiled child. You should always spoil your babies. Maybe not human babies, but, you know, with animals it's cool. Because, you know, if you spoil a human child, it, like, goes out into the world and then, like, inflicts, like, pain on other people. But if you spoil an animal, you're just like, you know, it's a cat. Oh, shit. I didn't put my mic back on. Is that a furry suit in the back? It's a pillow. That's okay, Manic. Anyways, okay, let's start. Let's make this steak. So what should I do on the side of the steak? I don't want to just eat meat. This is difficult. I really don't have many groceries right now for our late night steak. I know a couple people that could use lobotomies. I know a lot of motherfuckers that I swear be acting like they already have a goddamn lobotomy. Okay, this pan is kind of burnt on the bottom, but I hope it will work. Let us heat it up and everything. Beets as a side, I know, but I don't have beets. I'm trying to think out of, like, my super limited arsenal of stuff. Like, what should I use? Everything. Steak burrito, rice steak arugula. I don't have any rice. I try not to buy carbs. I do have some arugula. You don't have make any money though off what? Lobotomizing? I'm pretty sure they charge for that, man. Okay. Let me get the garlic. Where the fuck is my garlic? Oh, here it is. Okay. Cool. Garlic. I have fake butter. Don't judge me for having fake butter. Salmon. Let us. This is gonna be work to clean, but that is okay. Yeah, girl. Where the fuck is the garlic? Here. It's pre-peeled. I fucking hate peeled garlic. It's one of my least favorite things to ever do. Okay. Let me open this bitch up and let us try and get to work on this very chaotic late night cooking. Yeah, I think there's some arugula I can steal from my roommate. So I will take a little bit of arugula from him. Real butter is actually good for you. Well, I'm allergic to it, so it's not good for me. But, you know, I don't know much about butter. I could see it being good for you if you're not allergic to it. I won't die, but I might vomit. I'm not trying to vomit. That's what Big Butter wants you to think. Big Butter. I know I met a cat, actually, one of my friend's cats on Saturday named Butter. He was very cute. He wasn't even butter shaped or butter looking. He was gray. I was like, not very buttery. Okay, I hate touching raw meat. Ugh. Ugh. It's so meaty. Touching raw meat, you know, makes sense. But okay, let me salt and pepper. No carbs. Only side I can think of is salad. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Like I say, I try. So one thing I try and implement is that when I am at home, I don't really eat many carbs. Where the fuck is my pepper? Where's my fucking pepper? Oh my god, do we not have black pepper? Are we out? Guys. Oh, never mind, I have it. But yeah, I only eat carbs when I'm out. And it just it's like a good and pretty easy way of just kind of like, you know, maintaining yourself. You guys should try it. But then like when you're out, you're like, you know, you can just like eat whatever you want at the restaurant when you're homies. Okay, I'm gonna put some butter in the pan. No, BP is diabolical. What do you mean BP? Okay, butter. Ugh. Oh shit. Oh, that butter is buttering. Holy fuck. Oh my god, she's sizzling. She is sizzling. Okay, I'm gonna throw in some garlic cloves. Touching meat is meaty, yes. It's very meaty. Okay. Get in there, garlic cloves. Cortex is no joke. Indeed. Who's calling it BP? What is BP, bro? When I think of BP, I think of BP oil, or I think of Blackpink, the K-pop group. What are we talking about? Oh shit, that's way too much salt. I'm glad I put it in my hand first. Okay. I salt and peppered the steak. We're now going to put the steak in the pan. It's a very small steak. It's a petite filet mignon. And I will just try and... I'm not very good at cooking steak. I'm better at cooking, like, not steak and other things. My wings turned out fire, as you guys saw in Discord. Black pepper? Oh. Not this again, Lychee? What do you mean, not this again? I can't make a steak in peace just because I lit my mom's house on fire doing it last time? Okay, we're going to do that. I don't have any rosemary. But we're going to do that whole butter basting shit. How long should I do each side? As you guys see, like, this petite filet mignon thing, like, it is quite thick. This is like a fat hunk of, like, small meat. It's like, you know, those short people that are short, but they're incredibly rotund. Steak don't cook well in those. I don't have a cast iron. I'm sorry. We don't have a lot of options here. You know, we're not here trying to make the perfect steak. You know, we're just making a little late night snacky snack. 6 at a lower temp. It's at 6 minutes. Okay. It was on 6. I put it down to 5. We will see. Kind of small pieces. Yeah, but that's like effort that I don't want to take. Oh my god, these garlic cloves are going to get so yummy. Ah! So infused. Oh, hi Nick. How are you doing? What is up? Okay, I'm going to make a little arugula. Actually, let's see this arugula, guys. This is arugula old as fuck. Okay, never mind. This arugula is pretty old, which means you have to cook it because if you eat it raw when it's old, it's not that good. So, okay. That's a thick hunk. It's a thick fucking hunk of meat. For real, for real. Okay. How are you looking? Oh, wow. Okay. I think it's developing a lovely crust. Hi, Andy. How are you doing? Where's the Tonys? Who is Tony? Like Tony Stark or something like that? I don't even know. Had a milkshake. Life is good. You know, I didn't have my first milkshake until I was in college. Because you guys know, if you're American, how people always talk about the Chick-fil-A milkshake and everything. You know, I'm allergic to dairy, so I didn't really have it. But I tried it. It was good. It was pretty solid. It was pretty enjoyable. I actually had a friend who comes in this chat every now and then who used to work at Chick-fil-A when we were in high school. And one time a Karen didn't like how she made his milkshake, and she literally climbed over the counter and spilled it on top of his head, which is the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life. And I'm like, honestly, people like that just need to be put down. Okay, there you go. Do you turn on the overhead fan? Oh, I probably should. I hate doing that. It's so loud. The overhead fan, like, kills my vibe. But yeah, I'm like, imagine you get to the point in your life where you're so like filled with hate that you don't like a milkshake and you dump it on like a 16-year-old. Like, that's horrible. Make it right next time, boys. Stop. Stop. He said that like he just walked away because he had like so much self-restraint. I was like, dude, I feel like I'd have to like beat her ass if that was me, honestly. Okay. You guys want a steak cam? Steak cam, close up steak cam. Okay. See, as you can see, it is quite an absolute hunk of fucking meat. That's what they say when they see my dick. Anyways, but yeah, so it will take a while to cook. I think I'm also gonna grab it and turn it on each side as well to give it a second. Secret Midnight Steaks. It's crusting up. Yeah. No, the top has a pretty solid crust on it. I think I'm gonna have to take out the garlic cloves soon, so they don't get like too overcooked or anything like that. My mouth is salivating good. Keep it salivating. Okay. What was I using? Just this spoon? All right, let us baste. Ugh. I'm traumatized by like the backsplash as I cook. Okay. I'm going to take out these garlic cloves. These yummy, yummy little garlic cloves. I think they've done their job infusing. I don't want them to be. Actually, one of them is still a bit soft or a bit hard. I will leave him in. Okay, let's see the other crust. Oh, no, more time. Okay, cool. That's not a $2 steak. Let's see if there's the price. So you get 2 in this steak set. My mom gave this to me because whenever... I did. Oh, my God. Yeah, I don't know. But, this steak is 170 calories. Wow. That is incredibly lean. That is a super... It's like a super light snack. Though not really a snack. Nom nom nom, yes. Nom 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 nom. Dude, that was one of the benefits of living at home. When I lived at home, you know, I could just... Parents' groceries are so elite. I could just go downstairs and whip up oh, let me make a steak with an arugula and heirloom salad, and then let me make some Trader Joe's noodles on the side, and like just whip up like such a fire meal. And now when I live alone, I'm like, tortilla chips? Like, you know, because sometimes it's like, you know, it's too late to go out to eat, and then you don't want to buy something from DoorDash. You're like, I'm just going to starve. Like, it's fine. It's fucking fine. Okay, I'm going to start trying to flip it on the sides, because since it's a super thick boy, I want to see if I can get somewhat of a sear on the sides. Ah! Over there. I'll guess your height. You're given 5'8 3/4. How accurate am I on that? I hope that like when I do this guess your height thing, you guys like don't get offended. Like curiosity question. If you guys aren't short and I guess that you're like a shorter height technically, would you get offended? Or even if you are short? Have an air fryer and meatballs and chicken? Yeah, exactly. It's so easy. Okay. I'm going to let it keep crusting on this side. I just really worry, since it's such a thick, thick boy, that it's not going to be cooked on the inside. I'm very offended. What, like if I guess your height right? You know what? I get it. In a way, sometimes I feel offended when people guess that I'm shorter, like through stream. But then that doesn't make sense because you guys are looking at me and you can see that I have like long proportions. But when I guess your guys' height, I'm like, I don't know what the vast majority of you guys look like, you know? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to use this arugula, and I'm going to stir fry it in like the butter that I cooked the steak in afterwards. And let me cut up some garlic real quick just to throw it in there. I think that would be yummy. Just robbing this man of his arugula. Okay. Okay, cool. Very close, 5'9 3/4. Okay, nice. But yeah, I hope you guys know when I guess your height, I'm not trying to insult anyone. I don't think there's anything wrong with not being like 6'8" or some insane height that I feel like men say they want to be. Okay. Literally getting butter everywhere. All right. Did I flip it? Right? I did. All right, let's stand. Should I stand it on this side? It's literally standing up now. Okay. Do you guys think it's done? Wow, it's just so small. It's just like such a thick hunk of meat. I feel like I could get a bit more crust on one side. But I think it's mostly done. I'm going to turn off the heat. I was insulted we cooking? Yes. I'm joking. I think if you roast all the sides and let it rest, it should be cooked medium rare. Okay, and that is the goal. We will let it rest while I cook the arugula. Okay, cool. Damn, it's like so small. It really is such a petite filet mignon. I'm holding it with just the chopsticks. Okay, I'm gonna cook this old ass arugula. I hope it doesn't taste like shit, but I want a side. Chopstick and steak is the first. No, I mean it's just like Asian people usually cook with chopsticks for everything. Oh, never mind. Ooh. Never mind. I touched it, man, and it is not. That arugula is not happening. Okay, let me see like if I have anything else even mild. You know what? I can put some scallions on it, though that is not going to be, that's not really a side. Damn, that sucks. I already cut up all the garlic and everything. Do I have anything else? Yeah, and I don't want to eat it with rice cakes. That's too random. Okay, I'm just going to stir fry these scallions in the butter real quick and then just call it a garnish. Sometimes I like the long pieces of scallion. Are you guys ready for the steak? It's how long are you supposed to let the steak rest? And why? What is the science behind letting it rest? Like I said, I don't know much about the steaks. Everything. Love watching you cook. Thanks. Maybe a pan sauce. I could do a pan sauce. What would be a quick pan sauce? Let me try maybe doing like a miso glaze in the pan sauce, because I do have some miso. I feel like that could be really yummy. Okay, let's get creative. Let's try something for fun. Okay. Garlic butter. Well, I already using garlic butter. We want something like a little more interesting with it. Okay. I'm going to try throwing in some miso. And then throwing in a little water. Ooh, scary. That's just steam, guys. It's just steam. It's not anything else. Then throwing in some garlic. So maybe like a garlic miso scallion pan sauce. That sounds good. It jousts the juices. Okay, I see. Good to know. You guys are teaching me about steak. It's my steak journey. Oh, this is actually way too thick. Still. Fire pan, Nick. Miso, I think that's a good idea. When the steak is hot, the juices are more active. When you let the rest of the steak cools down, the juices stay in their place or something. Interesting. Good to know. Okay. Now I guess we have to let this pan sauce congeal. Y'all be making pan sauces? I feel like half the people here like kind of know how to cook, and the other half are like, me microwave chicken nugget. And I'm like, cool. Okay, what else should I add to the miso? I'm just gonna add a dash of sugar to make it less, you know, I feel like it's always good to add like a little dash of sugar and everything, just so it's not too salty or anything. I don't know what else. Honestly, it will reduce. Yeah, it'll probably take a while, but we have time. We have time to let it reduce. Okay, I'm gonna do something psychotic, and you guys can't judge me for it, but I think you'll catch my drift. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit of Kewpie to it. Kewpie goes well with miso, and it just makes things creamier, so you don't have to wait for it to reduce as long. Don't judge me. Don't knock it till you try it. It actually works very well. I don't have flour. Do you learn cooking from mom? Not really. You know, I love my mom. She's a good cook, but I don't like cooking with her. She yells too much. So I mostly learned on my own. But yeah, I wouldn't do this with regular mayo, but I think with Kewpie, it's more okay to do this. But yeah, we're making a pan sauce right now. The only thing in the pan, which is I cooked the steak in the pan with garlic butter. And then obviously I left said garlic butter in the pan. And we will see. What's that stuff? So that's Kewpie mayo. So it's Japanese mayo. I need to blow my nose. But it's not the same as regular, like, American mayo. The eggs are way better quality. And it also already has, like, some seasonings in it, like vinegar or lemon. So it does have, like, a little bit of acidity, which is nice when you throw it in something. Wow, this is my first time making a pan sauce. Okay. I feel like it's starting to be ready. Should I try it? It's not spicy mayo. It's just like better mayo. Because you guys know, like, Japanese eggs, that's why they can eat their eggs raw. Their eggs have like such a great like consistency. Okay, let's try our miso sauce. It is very good. It is a little strong. I'm gonna add a little bit. I think it needs a little more water and needs something a little more sweet. So I'm gonna water it down a little bit and then add like just like a tiny bit more sugar to it, and I think it'll be perfect. And then I guess we have to let it reduce a little more again. Faux show. Faux show, yes. But I think cooking is fun. Do you guys like cooking? Or are you like, no, I only eat Doritos, lychee, and my cum tastes like battery acid? I don't know. There's always like, people are half and half. I will say though, for people who can't cook, I don't usually take their opinion super highly on like food if you can't like cook at all. You don't have to be amazing, but still. Like fucking Joe from MasterChef, bro. The dude who's like, he's only a restaurateur. All right, you guys want me to see me cut the steak? I don't know how to cut a steak very well. The steak is here. It's a petite filet mignon. All right, shit. This is hard with chopsticks. Okay. Okay. That's good. That's more of a medium than a medium rare, right? But I think it still looks pretty good, right? Ugh. Okay. Well done, W me. It's like a medium well. Yeah, it's a bit overcooked for my taste. I was a bit worried because the steak was so thick, but you know what? That's okay. Okay, I think our pan sauce is very done. So this used the residual garlic butter in the pan, and then it's just like miso, a little bit of sugar, scallion, and garlic. Nice. Why the fuck am I making like such a fucking fancy random ass meal at midnight? I'm a medium rare guy. I'm also a medium rare girl. But, you know, I'm not very good at steak, so sometimes you be fucking it up. So that's okay. It happens. I'm so happy with my midnight snack, honestly. Okay, I'm going to try the end. Bueno. All right, let me plate up the garlic and everything. And then our miso sauce for the steak. Well, I'm also quite glad I made a sauce now, especially that the steak is like more cooked than I'd like it to be, because, you know, I wouldn't want that on like a rare steak can shine more on its own. Everything. Is it Wednesday day? Oh my god, it is Wednesday day. Yeah, tomorrow we're doing an IRL. I'm going to an arcade rave. So maybe you guys will get to see me be somewhat drunker than I usually am. I don't know. But it's also a Wednesday, so like I'm not like enthused about the idea of getting like really lit. Okay. Ready? Ta-da! Late night steak for some reason. Yay. So this is just a mini filet mignon. And then I made a garlic butter miso scallion sauce. So, you know, let's go over here and eat. No carbs, nothing. I have like nothing in my fridge besides protein. So let us go eat. She's a chef. Thank you. Let's hope it's bomb. Let's see. I want to steal some of my roommate's kimchi, but he's sick. So I worry if I eat it, it'll get me more sick. Ugh. Yeah, my only regret is, like I said, I wish it's more of a medium. What would you guys say this is? A medium, right? Something like that. I think the crust looks pretty good on it. You know, carbs. No, I do eat carbs, but not all the time. But I have been on keto before. I just eat minimal carbs. It's a good way to stay fit. Also, I'm just making a late night snack. I don't want to wait for rice to cook or anything like that. Okay, let's try a piece that is slathered in the miso butter. It would be better with rice, but it is still very good. That looks rare. I think it's more cooked than rare. All right, let me try a garlic. You can never go wrong with a roasted ass piece of garlic, dude. Yeah, I would say that the sauce, even though I watered it down again, is still a little salty because miso is so salty. I would have added more water to it. Now I'm hungry. Why don't you make a midnight steak, bro? What is your guys' go-to late night snack? This is not mine. I usually do not have a steak to make at midnight. I mean, it's taking so long, I know. The water goes away. Ramen cereal. Fruit. Yeah, at home growing up, mine would be veggies and hummus and shit. Grilled cheese and tomato soup. You know, even though I'm not a dairy girly, I'd be fucking with some grilled cheese and tomato soup. It'll fuck up my stomach, but Okay. Apricot right now, that is very healthy. Yeah, living at home, I'm let me go make a steak at midnight. I would do that. And then now my late night snack, I'm air. My late night snack is to go to bed and starve. Now that I'm a adult on my own. No snacks for me? Why are you trying to do that summer cut, hot boy summer? So I cook the unsalted butter. Was it salty? I don't know. Yeah, so next time, sauce a little less salty. And then steak a bit more rare, but still very good. You guys are catching me in my meat era, my schmeat era. Cheers. What Dave & Buster's game should I play tomorrow, guys, for the IRL stream? What are the best games at Dave & Buster's? You know, I've only been to Dave & Buster's twice. Meal prep fair. I didn't gym today because I was feeling sick, but I wanted to. That's why I feel I failed, low-key. It's very sad. The human claw machine. They got that there? I should put all my viewers in a claw machine. We roll balls into holes the rolling ball. Isn't that skee ball? Claw machine is money. Yeah, I'm not a millionaire, so I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, we got a super saucy one. I know, I should get a meat thermometer. You hit our bit goal for that? Exactly. Donate to the bit goal, guys. We're getting a lens so I can be in 4K. Instead of on a sad webcam. Come on. Don't I deserve a real camera? I'm tired of getting bullied by other streamers for using a webcam. Okay, now I'm going to do a bite with the garlic miso sauce with also a piece of roasted garlic on. So it's going to be a garlicky ass fucking bite. Wow. Holy garlic explosion in my mouth. I think that might have been the best bite. So good. Once again, I don't trust people who don't like garlic. Good lighting, good camera. Yeah, but at a point you do kind of need to advance to Like the real camera. Is the world ready for 4K lychee? Yes. Yes. With better lighting. Because, you know, like all those YouTube videos I've been on, stuff like the cut and stuff, even though that's like super HD, I hate how I look in those because like the overhead studio lighting. But I feel like when I can control the lighting, plus have a super good quality camera, it'll be fire. People don't eat garlic or vampires. Yeah, that was like in Sinners when they were trying to get the girl to eat a whole slice of garlic to prove she wasn't a vampire. And she was like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. I'm like, bitch, there are vampires attacking outside. Like, eat that fucking garlic. Ridiculous. All right, last bite. Cheers. Mmm. Very good. Slightly salty. But locally, I kind of be fucking with really salty stuff, so. Pants here for 5 minutes, yeah. Too bad I'm lazy. How many big booms are we giving this meal? 3. Boom, boom, boom. I think like a perfect meal would be like, no, a really good meal would be 5 booms. And then a perfect meal would be like 7 booms. Because if you say boom more than like, you know, that many times, like people are going to start to think like there's something wrong with you or some shit. Still came out quite good. It did come out quite good. Yeah. And that's like the whole point of cooking, right? It's very like, you know, you learn. It's instructive. Okay, back to my cave. Oh my God, you want to see the cat in the bathroom? Look. Look, he's just in the tub. What? Meow. You want to drink the water in the tub? How much shower water can a young man consume in a day, Oliver? He does this all day, every day. Walks into the bathtub. He's like, turn it on so I can drink the water. Even though he has a water bowl. And he screams, oh, I know. No, he wants to drink the water. And then the water comes out. He drinks like 5 licks. And then he comes back and asks for more. Right, Ma? Ma? Yeah, he's a very talkative cat. So like sometimes he'll stand here and scream. Other times, like right now, he's more patient. He'll just chill here. He likes the water. He doesn't like being submerged. He just likes drinking. But he doesn't mind if like his lower body gets wet. Fun fact, actually, Maine Coons. My cats are half Maine Coons. Maine Coons are some of the only cats that like water, like swimming, like baths. My cats don't like that, but I think from what I've seen of Oliver's behavior is they are more okay with it than average. Is Oliver a Maine Coon? My cats are half. Their mom is a full Maine Coon, and their dad is a just some guy, you know, as it usually goes. It's always some baddie and then some guy. It's with all mixed people. Okay, let me see. Let me see. My gosh, guys, I'm getting eepy right now. Okay, we're gonna do a raid. We're gonna raid my friend Abyss. I met him at TwitchCon. He has great cats and everything. I think he does like, I don't know, like gambling stuff or something. But anyways, though, I'm gonna be streaming again tomorrow. I'm doing an IRL stream where I'm going to that Dave & Buster's /D&B event. So I'm going to a rave while I can play arcade games. So I think it'll be a very fun IRL. I think I'll start off like just getting ready and going. And then I'll show you guys, you know, the first maybe like 30 minutes, hour of it. So I don't know what time my friends want to go. So maybe let's just say tomorrow stream will start around like 7 or 8 EST. But yes, good night, friends. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming to stream. Okay, be nice, be nice, be nice. Okay, bye, guys. Bye, bye, bye. See you tomorrow.